I guess YouTube is already going. Let's go ahead and get everything else going. Boom. Uh-oh. What happened? Okay, let's close all this out. And refresh, refresh. All right. This one. Hey YouTube, you guys are the first one here, so let me go ahead and get everything finished set up, and then we'll get the intro done. Oh, go live. That's why I can't see anything. It's not live yet. All right, let's see. Are we good on face? I'm not seeing it over here. Not to have a tech issue here. Okay, there we go. That one's good. And let's mute that. Perfect. Perfect. Hey, Ms. Rose, how's it going? How's it going? I'm still trying to get all the things set up and for every stuff I was showing. Okay, get this one done. And one more. Come on. I want to see comments. TikTok keeps glitching out. Let's see. See one more time if I can. There we go. Okay, now I think I can see TikTok comments. We good? We good? We good? Yay! Okay, perfect. I can see them now. Something's still weird. I don't know. All right, close enough, close enough, close enough. Okay, y'all, let's go ahead and get it started. Let's go ahead and get this started. Hey, everybody, welcome in, welcome in. It is Friday. I am happy to be here. Happy to have you guys here as well. That's the most important part. If you guys don't know who I am, looks like Facebook is muted. Hold on. There we go. Facebook, can you guys hear me now? It was muted for whatever reason. So on the lag, so you guys will catch up eventually. But hey everybody. I am Ladera Ward with the Notary Know-How Georgia. I am a commissioned notary in the beautiful state of Georgia. Chapstick, squirrel, right? I'm a beautiful. Yeah, I'm a beautiful too. I'm a notary public commission in a beautiful state of Georgia, a beautiful peach state, which I consider to be one of the most difficult states to grow a sustainable notary business in. But anyway, we're figuring it out. We're figuring it out together. I love to create spaces like this where I go live Monday through Friday, at least for the month of March, where we get to come together and we get to learn, we get to grow, we get to share ideas with each other, and we get to help each other grow our businesses, right? Again, just because we've gotten business for ourselves doesn't mean that we got to do it all by ourselves. Please remember that. This is a safe space. I got to say that this is a safe space for my notary buddies all across the nation to come, to get together, to chat, to learn, like I said, to grow, do all the things, right? Which means they respect each other here. We don't play them games. We do not play those games. This is a place of respect. I always got to make sure I say that. And if you have a question, go ahead and ask your question. Drop it in the comments. For those of you guys who are watching on the replay, hashtag replay for me. And ask your question as well. Make your comments as well. I do try my best in a weekly, at least weekly, to circle back and look at everything that happened and see who has questions for me that I did not get answered. So go ahead and do that. And if you guys remember this, the only dumb question is a question that you never ask. So if you got a question, I guarantee other people got it too, because your question will help bring clarity to others. So if I know the answer, I will share it with you. If I don't know the answer, guess what? We're going to figure it out together. Or I'm going to connect you with someone who can help you get a better answer. So yeah, I want to just make sure. Let's see what else. Okay, make sure that's good. Okay, we're good over there still. So real quick, last quick announcement before we get into tonight. I'm going to be working as we're doing this, right? So I'll try not to be too distracted. I just got stuff to put together, get together for my appointments tomorrow and throughout the weekend. I just need to get it done now because I know myself. So I'm getting it done at the last minute. But anyway, go ahead and put your comments, put your questions, and Notary Buddy Community. If you guys are on TikTok, you can see I'm pointing to this on the screen right here. Everybody else can't see it, but I'm pointing to something on the screen. This is our Notary Buddy Community. This is ours, not mine. This is ours. It's open to all notaries across the country, from the east to the west, to the north to the dirty south. you are more than welcome to join. This community has a ton of good resources, a ton of amazing people, and also, since it is open to the nation, you can go in there, introduce yourself. Please do that, and then start connecting with people in your pockets, in your area, so you can help each other, right? So you can grow. You need witnesses. Guess what? That's how you find them. You connect with other notaries, right? Also, if you can provide witnesses, I know some states are iffy on that, but connect with other notaries to help provide that service to your clients. Also in the community, there's a ton of free resources from myself and also others. There's also some free courses in that bad boy. So if you want an additional little oomph to your notary business to learn how to do other things, go in there. I mean, not other things. Let's see. I'm not teaching how to be a notary because I ain't doing that, right? There's enough amazing educators out there. But if you have some pieces missing, right? I like to help fill in the gaps. That's what I like to do because I'm more business active. Like that's why I've been doing this for 12 years. I've been doing this for 12 years, so I'm more businessy, and the notary business just happens to fit in my role of being businessy, right? If that makes sense. Businessy is a word. But anyway, that's it. That's the plugs for that. And also, if you're on other channels, I did post a link to the community in the saved comments or in the saved pins. Yeah, it's a pin post and comments. Whatever the phrase is, it's over there. Go look for it. You can find it. But that was perfect timing because our intro music is so let's go ahead and off do. And what we're gonna do is just turn on our regular background. I know we got that ambiance. So, first of all, how y'all doing out there? That's what I should start with. How y'all doing out there? How did your week go? We're at the end of the week. We're at the end of the week, right? I'm just trying to post links. Maybe. We're at the end of the week. And did you guys hit your goals? Did you hit your goals? Do you even have goals? Are you tracking? Because guess what? What gets tracked or which gets measured. That's the second phrase. Let's get tracked. What gets measured to get accomplished. So, are you out there tracking your stuff so you know if you're hitting your goals and if you did not hit them, how far off are you? So, those of you on Facebook tonight, go ahead and let me know if you are there. I see people there, but it doesn't give me your name. So, let me know. Tap in. Let me know who y'all are. Right? Just say hi. Comment. I can see your username, then I kind of know where you are. So, let's get over here. I appreciate the heart, you guys. Let's give some love to the TikToks. Let's see what we got. What we got. I see quite a bit of you have joined. I appreciate it, Mr. Vina. Welcome. I'm not going to catch everybody. I'm sorry. Whatever 8,000, welcome. User 9519, welcome. Ellen. Glomo? I think that's how you say it. Lily, welcome. I am Bree. Hey, Miss Kim Lockhart. Miss K. Lockhart, how's it going? Positively welcome. Tack. I can't say that. Tack 9983, welcome on. Miss T, welcome on. TC. Digital Side Hustle, welcome on. Miss Digital Side Hustle. Perez Josie, welcome on. All Things with Jay. We have Zeta Lady. CC's Unique Salon, welcome on. I appreciate the hearts and the little, I don't know what that thing's called. It dances around my crusty edges. I appreciate it though. Hey, Miss TC, how's it going? Sure. All Things Jay, yep, I see. Oh, Juju, is that you? Look, I'm on my computer so I can see things because when I'm on my phone, everybody's little image is so tiny. Is that you, girl? Let me see. It's been that is Weddings by Jay. Oh, it's been a minute. We need to reconnect and I need to know what's going on in your business, right? I need to catch up. And I'm just about business. How are you personally? Right? It's been a minute since we tapped in. So I need to catch up with you. Also, there's other people out in your area that are joining and things like that. And so they ask me questions. Obviously, I can answer because you're in Georgia with me, right? I can answer notary questions. But when they want to know about like how things work, like how your market works out there where you are, I always tell people it's different. And so I did bring you up like 2 days or like brought you up in conversation about 2 days ago. So when I told y'all connect with Julia, that's who it is. So all things Jake. Sorry, I'm sending people your way when I even asked for permission. But if y'all got questions, give us a look. She is an amazing notary. Also, uh, Juju, what you doing over there? I know you do weddings. Amazing wedding officiant. Amazing wedding officiant. I like the way that she built her business on that front. Y'all know my wedding officiant business. I turned that bad boy off. I kicked it to the curb. I got asked. I saw the email today. It's like, hey, renew your LLC. I'm like, no, I let it go. So who want the name? I already got the marketing. Who want it? Um, cool. So Julia, but she Juju to me, y'all. She Juju me. She looking forward to connecting with y'all. Okay, cool. I love it. So I appreciate y'all being on here. Who we got? We got Amy with Cyberize It. Welcome, Amy. Welcome, Amy. And Amy, if you hopped on and you're still here, look, there's messages. Let me scroll down. How did I miss that? And my family visit. It was awesome, but I still met my goals. Awesome. I love it. Love it. Love it, Amy. I love that you met your goals. And look, I know I was supposed to be emailing you. This week has been long, but it's been good. It's been good. It's been good for me. Um, just kind of almost lost it yesterday. But sometimes his notary business be businesses and sometimes it don't be businessing. But Amy, if you're still on, I had a question for you in my email. It was something we already discussed. It was around this is faster than me getting, emailing you back. To be honest, right? I'm gonna be caught up on emails tomorrow. But the question I have for you that didn't make sense was with Ohio. You mentioned the last time I had you on that for me, it's like any of us. That's in another state. We just need a letter to be provided saying that we're in good standing, essentially. And Georgia won't provide any of that, right? The only thing I don't even have one with me right now. Um, yeah, I called our main office that's over the entire state. They said, no, but let's try your local level, see if they'll do something. And I'm nice to people, right? And so I went to the county I was commissioned in and said, hey, I just need this letter of good standing, essentially, or whatever, right? And even just bringing something in, because they don't notarize in our offices, they do not. Who would have think that the notary commission's office does not notarize documents? They don't at all whatsoever. The only thing they will notarize is our appointment certificate of being a notary. That's it. They won't do anything else. They won't verify or validate I'm a notary in good standings. This is what I was thinking. So I don't know if you're still on here, but this is just me talking out loud. If y'all don't know, for end of Q2, let me catch you up. End of Q2, beginning of Q3, I'm trying to become what's called dual commissioned in another state. And I think I settled on which state it was. First, it was going to be Tennessee. Well, first, it was going to be one of the Carolinas because they're really close. I'm in Georgia, if I didn't say that. So Georgia borders North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Alabama, and Florida. So any of those, and with the exception of Florida, I am within 2 hours of the border of each. Not saying I'm going to drive all the way up there to notarize documents, but each state has something that I would like to do, right? There's a variation of it, but all of the bordering states except for Tennessee are a little bit too strict on their rules. I'm in Georgia. I'm already in the strictest place, one of the strictest place, attorney states that is, right? I ain't got time to that. I only have time to go to another attorney state that maybe, they're not as strict, but they still have, I ain't got time for that. So I'm looking for a state that's all loosey goosey, and Florida is one, right? But I am North Georgia. I'm so far from Florida. I don't foresee myself going down there often for anything. But the other states, it's an hop and skip for me if I needed to do something. Mostly, y'all probably know what I'm talking about. I'm trying to do like online notary stuff for real, right? I want to get into that for a purpose because I do have family members in states that can do Ron. And so if I don't have to, but I want to get a handle on it. I want to understand it. It can expand my business and I can open up branches, right? Satellite offices of my business in each of these locations, in each of these states. And then I can, when I do something or when I need something that's wrong, I know I have my notary buddies and I know we're connected. Right now, that's how I do it. It's like somebody needs Ron, I just refer it out, right? Take a $5, $10 trim off the top and refer it out. But since I have family members in states that are wide open, or their Ron laws are not nearly as strict, or their notary laws are not nearly as strict as Georgia. And so I thought about that just to help them make a little bit extra cash, even if it's a couple $100s a month, because they all have jobs. I'm the only fool that ain't got no job. I'm messing with y'all. I love my entrepreneur journey. But yeah, so that was the plan. Anyway, getting back to the story. See, I tell y'all, I get so squirrely. Amy, this is the only thing that they do. So you know how we have y'all, everybody listen. Because I don't know if this will work or not. I don't even know if Amy's still here. Amy, you still here? I'm probably talking to myself. Um, you still have to be physically in the commission state to do run. Right, I know, Amy. So I'm looking to. Oh yeah, I ain't gonna try to break no laws. Um, but there's other places with family and things that if I do stuff where I have family and people, and I start traveling to that state far more often. Like for example, I'm getting ready to like this is gonna be the season of travel for us. I'm probably gonna be for sure. There's 2 weeks booked, right? Planned, I should say. One booked, another one planned, and those trips can be extended. Those trips can be shortened, whatever the case may be. We may have to go to another location as well because all these kind of things pop up. Like for example, um, we have family member pass away, and so that takes like a week. Like that takes a week of us not being here, right? Which means I can't make money in Georgia. But if I'm constantly going to these other places where we have family dealing with family stuff, because I'm at that age where we're starting to lose people, right? And we don't just pop in for 2 days. And I'm at that age where a lot of my friends are getting married as well. So we're out like flights are cheaper if you travel for a week. So if I'm going places 2, 3, 4 weeks and I can't make money, yeah. Y'all know I can't notarize outside the state of Georgia, but these places and states that I'm gonna be in, yes, I know it's extra money. I'm gonna start building it up, and I'm gonna be there for a week, 2 weeks at a time. I can still make money. Anyway, that was a long thing. So getting back on topic, Amy, um, you missed my first comment about the letter. I'll be driving north in May through Georgia. FI. Yep, I got that noted. But yeah, so I missed your first comments about the letter. Let me scroll down. Um, You still have to be physically got that. Document doesn't need to be notarized, just a statement that you're good, even email. Yeah, they won't even do that. Like that's the thing. Georgia is such like they say that we have to prove anything outside the state of Georgia, we will not create it for you. I mean, obviously, like you said, it can just be um a thing, but they won't even create a letter because this is what I was getting to. The only thing that they will provide for us in the state of Georgia is to go to the website and look me up. That's the only thing because Georgia's a pain in the ass. The second thing, it does not state that I'm a notary or anything. I mean, it does state that I'm in good graces or anything like that. But what it is we have a notary certification. I know I have one somewhere. I have it digitally on my computer. But essentially, it kind of looks like an apostille, like the cover letter on an apostille. Um, I know I have one somewhere. I was just going to hold it up in front of the camera real quick. Hold on, give me a second. Give me a second. Because I pulled it up the other day. Anyway, that it's a document. It kind of looks like a cover letter of an apostille, so we can get documents certified to still be used inside the state or inside the country. And it gives that, and essentially it just says that, yeah, Ladero Wharf is a commissioned notary, kind of the same thing like an apostille cover page is, but he's a commissioned notary. He's been commissioned since this amount, this date, and currently he's still commissioned. And that's the only thing they will provide, but that has to be attached to like I have to notarize something for them to attach it to, right? That's the only thing that they will provide. I swear I was looking at it the other day. Anyway, yeah, they're a pain in the ass. Ah, there it is. Yeah, it don't matter if I hold it up to the camera because you ain't gonna see it no way. I need to just have this available for myself. I'm gonna print these documents out. Sorry, I promise y'all we coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. Hold on. I've been battling migraines today, so I'm a little bit slow. Come on. This is an old one I had. This is from last year. But essentially, literally, I know you probably can't see it, but this is exactly what it looked like. Kind of looks like an apostille cover letter for us here in Georgia. So it has a clerk's stamp on it, right? And essentially, right up in here gives, I mean, this is an old address, so I don't care. So I ain't showing that no personal information. That's a way old address. But it has me as a notary commissioned in Georgia, my address, the date I was commissioned, the date that my commission expires, and then the the deputy clerk's sign at the bottom. That's the best we gonna get. That's the best we gonna get. So do you think that will work? I know it's probably definitely should have been an email back and forth to us. Okay, I'll email that to you. This is why I do this. So I can connect with people. I will email that to you. That's an old one though. That is an old one. So that one's from when did she sign this? But I can always go stamp a piece of paper. I got documents. Um, right now, I can have somebody's, I can go stamp paper and take it in there, and they'll give me one of these. And I can either just like rip it off and send it to you or what. Um, yeah, I'll email that to you. I'm gonna do that right now, actually, because I'm gonna forget. I'm gonna forget. I'm gonna forget. Sorry, y'all. Look, we doing business. We doing business. Because the boy got goals to accomplish. Oh, come on. You want me to verify this is me? What do I need to do? Smile, blink my eyes. What? Um, Gmail professional account. This is a professional establishment. Uh, where's my professional Gmail login? Oh my word, I have too many passwords in my account. It's crazy. Got like 700 passwords. What is this world coming to? So much. Why do I need so many? I gotta click through all of them to find the right Google account. Still not right. See, it's making me nervous. It's because y'all watching. It's y'all stop watching, y'all. Y'all stressing me out. I can't find it. Oh, there. Nope, 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 not it. Google, Google, Google. Come on. Interesting. Where's my Gmail login? Oh my word. Let's search Google instead of Gmail. There we go. Let's minimize it down. Info. Damn, I got a lot of Gmail accounts. This is insane. There it is. Okay. I guess because I signed in on my laptop and my iPad, it wants me to verify. That's what I like. At least my stuff is secure. When I say I tell clients, email me securely, it is secure. If I sign into too many like, devices, it will log me out. They're like, nope, too many devices, log you out. You got to re-sign in. Um, sorry, give me a second. Amy is Cyberrise support. There we go. Last email. Oh, where's your email? Sorry, y'all. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, y'all. I told you I was still working. I told you I was still working. Reply. Here is a copy of the county's cover letter for local authentications. This would be the best I could supply. Perfect. Let me attach real quick. Where is it? Attach. Oop. Thank you, Amy. You're saver. Sent it to you. Because if I don't do it now, I'm gonna forget it. But let's answer some questions. Thank you so much, Amy. Oh, indeed, that's what I want to get into. See, it took me a minute. Oh, let me scroll back up. I gotta get caught up real quick. Let me go back over to Facebook. Oh, is you over there? Hey, Miss Marilyn and Miss Tanika. I appreciate y'all being over there. Y'all, Miss Marilyn came in clutch. She was my notary. And I tell y'all, yesterday's appointment was stressing me out. It took me like 3 days to get a whole confirm with the dude. And I was like, I gotta cancel. Like, I gotta cancel on you. I know this is important, but we gotta cancel. And then he finally responded in 10 minutes. Like, if you saw that, why didn't you respond to me for 3 days? You locked my calendar up for 3 days. Um, anyway, so Ms. Marilyn came in. He was stressed. We took care of him. She saw me in action, got to see because this client needed a little bit more high touch, right? Care of. So I did that, got that taken care of, and Miss Marilyn gonna be a witness for me tomorrow over at the Gwinnett Hospital, or what is it called, Northside Hospital, where we're doing an estate plan. So Miss Marilyn, buckle up. It should be easy. The attorney sent me all the documents today. I'm just gonna print them out tomorrow because I need to go buy some 3 whole bunch of paper. So instead of just printing on regular paper, I'm gonna go ahead and print it on. I mean, it's still computer paper, right? But 3 whole punch paper. Oh my gosh, here, man. Hey. That way, when I send it back to the attorney, or if a client hand delivers it to the attorney, because their attorney is like an hour, depending on traffic, maybe like 40 minutes from me, 40 minutes to an hour. And they live over there, but for whatever reason, their surgery is in a hospital on my side of town. And I say 40 minutes, that's like 40 minutes pure freeway. So it's far. That's pure going 75, 80, 90 miles an hour. That's far for 40 minutes, right? And so, yeah, they'll take it back to them. Whoever's going to do it, I'm going to have it pre-hole punched for the attorney. That way, their team doesn't have to put it in the big old machine and try to do it. So just make it a little bit easier on them. And to be honest with you, I was not doing that before. The attorneys that send me documents, that physically mail me documents, they're not done that way before either. And Dean, hey Dean just hopped on here, or maybe a thing just flat popped up. No, he did just hop on. So yeah, Dean brought it up, and I was like, oh yeah, that's a good idea to start doing that. So now if the attorney wants me to print out the documents for estate plans, things like that that's going in a binder, I will have that 3-hole punch paper for them. So I just missed the cutoff because the store closed at 8, so I got to be over there 9 in the morning to pick it up and get it printed. Yeah, thank you, Miss Marilyn. I appreciate it. That was a long story. So let's get caught up over here. Sure is looking forward to it. Amy's still here. Good, good. I'm a notary in Colorado and confused how people make so much when their state mandated limit. Oh, good user. Hopefully you're still here. You just listened to me blab on a little bit. User 1005 and a bunch of other numbers. Look, this is how people in the notary space make money. I'm gonna say so much is relative, right? Because I'm out here in Georgia and I ain't making so much. I gotta be real with you. But you're in Colorado, so always the first thing to do is check your Colorado law, right? I know that you already did that. It sounds like you've done that because it sounds like you know what the state fees are, right? Notary fees in Colorado. Oh, look, Colorado. Who's my Colorado notary buddy? Oh, I ain't gonna have time to read through all this, but go straight to the Secretary of State, Notary Public FAQ. I was just trying to see if I can look up real quick, control find or command find fees. What fee can a notary legally charge in by Colorado law? A minimum of the maximum fee allowed for notarization is $15 per document. $15 per document, Colorado. That is amazing. We're $2 in Georgia. $2. I'm just looking at it for something else. The maximum fee for an electronic notarization in Colorado is $25. Okay. Notaries must also write writing a list of all fees charged to the customer. I'm looking for something very specific. It may not be found in this document because this is just a Q&A document. As a notary, do I have to provide documentation of a fee I charge for my notarial services other than other uh, or other services to my customers? Sorry, I'm trying to read and talk at the same time. Yes, you must provide documentation of fees charged for notarial services and other associated charges like photocopying, mileage, travel, etc., 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 etc. So there's your answer to your question right there. I'm going to talk about it a little bit more. There's something else to read. May a notary charge for services additional to notarization? Yes. You as a notary can charge for services in addition to notarization, such as photocopying, mileage, travel, etc. Okay, the notary must provide documents on both charges. I'm trying to see where. Hold on, there's a lot of stuff in here about travel. No documents are. Okay, I got to mumble to read. Does notary have the right documentation? Not charging notary service. Okay, keep on saying. I was looking to see what you guys' law on travel was. It's not answering this short Q&A. This is directly from the Colorado Secretary of State. So if you are still here, I had to fact check real quick. One, you guys can charge $15 per. It says per document. I'm assuming that's per. I don't know if I have to look at your law to see exactly what they mean by that. But I'm assuming it's per stamp, right? Because a document can have, I can't assume nothing. Every state is different. Because if the document is 3 pages long and you have to stamp every single page, are you allowed to charge $15 per time that you stamp? And the only reason I say I don't know because every state is different. California can charge $15 per signature. So if you have one page and there's 3 signers on it and you have to sign and notarize it, that's $45 that you can charge for that one page. But Colorado specifically says per document, and I'd have to read your law to see what that per document really means because I just never assumed. But anyway, just going off what I see here, that's how you make money. You charge additional. It's called an upsell. You upsell your charge. So let's just say you do have one page. Somebody calls you out to notarize it. It's $15 because that's what the law says you can charge. That's the max you can charge for your notary services. That's literally you doing this, well, verifying their identity, them signing, and you doing this. Whoop, chunk, right? That's $15. But guess what? You had to get there. Did they send you that document? Like, oh no, I don't have a printer, or I'm out and about right now. Can I email this to you and send and you have you print it? Right? So you have to get there, which is called travel. You may have to print it, right? And then guess what? Some clients are like, hey, thank you for doing this. This needs to go, this needs to be dropped off in the mail ASAP. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. You tell them, I got you. I got you, Mr. and Mrs. Signer. I got you. Guess what? Guess what I carry in my bag? I don't have any here right now. Bunches of these, right? And they're also at the store as well. Just carrying them with you and having physically put in a document inside right? It makes the client feel like a little bit different. They make them like, oh, they know what they're really talking about, right? Even though you can go straight to UPS, FedEx, the post office, and don't do it. But unless you're sending it express at the post office, you got to pay for their packaging there. But yeah, wherever the client wants to be sent, you send it for them. That's how we make, in your words, so much money because there's all these things that are called upcharges, and I don't even think notaries realize that, but that's an upsell, that's an upcharge, right? Because literally being a notary is us doing this, verifying identity, all the stuff we're supposed to do, this and Kachunk. That's what a notary is, right? We verify identity, we fight fraud, but at the same time, a lot of our states are flexible and allow us to charge for travel, allow us to charge your says travel and mileage. So I know there's a lot of there's some people, and we have to be careful with the words we use. But I know there's some organization out there saying you cannot charge a convenience fee. Um, what's mileage? Like if I drive 3 miles to you, 10 miles to you, I got to drive back home. So I got to charge you, let's say it's 10 miles, I got to charge you 20 miles round trip. What do you charge for mileage? What does your state say? Can you only charge 70 cents or can you charge whatever you want to? Right. And then yours says travel. To me, travel sounds like a convenience fee. That's what travel sounds like. Because if it was supposed to be travel or mileage, they wouldn't have had a comma included and. This is what I talk about when we say we have to look at the law. So you can charge for other services like photocopying, mileage, travel, etc. That's why in my business, I charge a travel and convenience fee. If they want to get, if they want to get super picky, then I will rename it to mileage and travel because me traveling is a convenience to you. That's why I call it that. I probably should change it to mileage and convenience instead of travel and convenience. It just says TC on mine. But yeah, so there we go. So hopefully that answers your question. That was sorry. I hope we got your question answered. Um, indeed. Okay, let me get caught up. I'm gonna take a sip. We're not gonna talk about the community because it's just my throat straight. Where did it go? Where did the question go? Okay, there we go. I call Ohio and ask them what they would take. Okay, Amy, I know I could. Yeah, I know I could. I would just reach out to you. I will definitely give them a call for sure on Monday. But I appreciate your help, right? But I just want to send you that because if other people in Georgia are trying to do the same thing, you'll know already, right? I will definitely tell you all my entire experience. Because that can be additional marketing for your business, right? You already know this stuff. Amy's amazing at marketing now. Document. Indeed, that's what you want to get into. Perfect, right? Perfect. Still have physical care. Got all that. I've been through. Got that. Hey, Resident Mobile Notary, I appreciate the hearts and all the things. I appreciate it. Dean sent me a 4-leaf clover. I appreciate it. Oh, I got a mustache and a cowboy hat. I didn't even notice. And a bunch of little hearts. I love it. Appreciate it, y'all. Let's see. Send it to me. Okay, this is where I was. I had to scroll back up. Now I'm caught up. Yeah, Georgia is tough. Juju knows it's tough out here. Because one of the more, we're like Notary. I love that we're constantly evolving and we're just branching out even more and more. But for a long time, the most lucrative part of being a notary or a mobile notary was offering loan signings. We can't do that here in Georgia. Our hands are really tied when it comes to that. So if it like makes up like 60, 70, 80% of the money that notaries are making out there, how do y'all think that makes us feel in Georgia? We lose, like, we don't have that 60, 70, 80%, right? And so we can do we have to move differently and just like take what we can take, right? And do what we can do. And they ain't that lucrative. So that's why I built my business. That's why I have transitioned and I built my business a different way out here in Georgia. And it's slow going. It really is slow going because nobody's out here handing me business. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. The platforms, as of today, I made the decision. Um, I have one more to take care of on Monday. One more because I was asked to do it. But sorry, Dean. Sorry, Miss Constance. But if you guys reach out to me first, I'll take care of it, right? I just went ahead and I got rid of my profiles. They still exist because I don't know how to delete them yet. But I went there, I cleared everything out. They're blank. It's like I'm a brand new notary and done nothing. I left my mailing address on there because people still owe me checks. And so that's how they get my information from off of there when I complete those W-9s and submit it. So I left that there. But going into Q2, I will not be assisting. I will not be taking assignments. Let's say that of any sort, even if it's general notary work from those signing platforms. Which it was good. It was good. It's just too much of a headache for me personally. For me personally, at this stage of my business, everybody's different. If you're beginning, do it. But this is the thing. You're relying upon somebody else to hand you out business. And if their business goes down, therefore your business goes down, right? Um, so I'm building my business directly with the clientele that I want to work with. And the same thing. If their business goes down, then my business goes down. I experience that, right? But at the same time, it removes one link out of the chain, because guess what? If the attorneys and people, because the attorneys do send out orders on signing order, they just need power of attorney done. They just need simple things done for their clients. They will connect over there. But here in Georgia, one attorney, there's a few attorneys' offices. They love doing the claims. So if like somebody, if a house was, taken back or whatever, foreclosed on, let's call it that. It's not the technical term, but yeah, it's called because everybody knows what that means, right? If the house was foreclosed on and there it was sold, and let's just say $100,000 was owed, or 50,000 was owed on it, but it was sold at auction for 150. There's a delta in there, right? After all the fees and all that stuff comes out, there's extra money just sitting there. And so there's a lot of attorney offices who will go and look at the records and try to find the next of kin and all that kind of stuff. And so for a while, I notarized a lot of those. And it was like two specific attorney offices I was working with. So they do put the stuff out there on the platform. So it's not always loan signing things, right? You can get general notary work, estate plan, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, what I'm saying is I just have decided to move that extra person out and go directly to people, not anyone that I connected with through signing order, through Snapbox, so that's their clients, right? But I have obviously, I'm like, who have I worked with? They cannot be the only attorneys in Georgia that's doing that. So then I went and searched other attorneys that's doing it. And would you know, there's like 30, 40, 50 of them, right? There's a lot of them to prove my point. And so then I just market to them. Leave the two alone and market to everybody else, right? And so that way just moves another person out of the chain. And so if they're paying them $200 to do it and they're only giving me 50 of it, I can just now go and collect the whole 200, right? Um, anyway, hey, Miss Ladon just said she enjoyed my life. Great information. I appreciate it. Look, I try. This is the thing. If I ain't bringing out good information, that means I ain't doing nothing, right? I'm not doing anything to improve. Maintaining is falling behind. Like if you're not constantly improving, you're paying in business. You have to constantly improve because maintenance is not a thing. Because if like anyway it goes, every year gets more expensive, so you can't maintain. You got to improve, right? And that's a lot of making money and going out of business because we ain't improving. But let's keep on going. Email me. Okay, all right. So yep. Yes, I'll ask if the good. Thank you, Amy. I know you said it to go. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Your lifesaver. How do I renew my notary license? Hey, Miss Destiny, where you at? Where you at? Let me see if you got it in your profile. That'd be other Charlotte, maybe. Maybe that could just be your handle. Let me see. Miss Destiny, where you at? Where you at? Y'all be killing me with not putting. But anyway, Miss Destiny, go to your Secretary of State, Department of State, Clerk's Authority, Probate Court, whoever's in charge of your notary commission. Oh, you're in Georgia. Hey, okay, makes it easy. See, your thing says Charlotte, so that confused me. Okay, since you're in Georgia with me, I can tell you what you gotta do. Go to your county's clerk's office. So whatever county your commission, wherever county you live in, go over there and get commissioned there. Make sure your license is up to date. You just can't be in that county and have your driver's license say that you're in Fulton County, even though it'll be fine. Even though it'll be fine, right? You gotta go to Fulton County. But if you're in Gwinnett County, any county, just go to your county's court, your clerk's authority, and get. If you're in a rural county, you got to go in person. Almost every other county, you can just go to gscca.org, three C's, and look up the notary application. You need to, did you say renewal? I mean, dang it. Did you say a renewal? Because this thing screen jumped on me. Da, da, da. Renew. Okay, you're doing a renewal. So if you have not expired already and you just need to renew, like if you're still within like 30 days before your commission expires, okay, you're in foresight. Got it. Yep. So go to the Clerk's Authority website and just click on the renewal. The renewal process is pretty easy. Pretty easy. You still got fees to pay. Now in Georgia, we do have a training. It was presented as a test, which means at the end you had to take it and pass an exam. They pulled that, and now it's only a training. It's pretty. It Once you do it, it don't teach you nothing really. I mean, it'll probably be a refresher on, oh yeah, this is what I'm supposed to do as a notary. Good to know. Oh, you're saying I can accept this kind of ID? Good to know. Cool, right? But if you don't have like legit training to be a damn good notary, you still got to get additional training outside of that. But anyway, yeah, do that. Renewal is going to be easy. I've never gone through a renewal process yet because my commission will be expiring within the year for the first time in Georgia, right? So I've never gone through a Georgia renewal, but even the application process is pretty easy. But I just know you got to redo the certificate or redo the training or do the training because it's new. And then once you pass, you just got to show a certificate of completion of the training when you go in to get sworn in to get your thing. So it's super easy. And of course, the fees and all that kind of stuff. What I would recommend is obviously ordering your new stamp. But this is what a really good notary buddy friend of mine, I don't have one with me right now, she told me about because in Georgia, we don't have mandate on like, anyway, we have a very loose law on what our stamps should. I mean, they tell what it should include, but as far as the expiration date, they don't require us to have an expiration date on our stamp in Georgia, right? So you can get your stamp, you know, like your notary stamp, no matter if you want to get this one, the rectangle one. Dang it, I touched the ink pad. No matter which one you're gonna get, but if you get it, I would always recommend ordering two if you can, and get the one where your expiration says my commission expires, and just have it say a line. That way you can always write it in, and I would get two, right? I have three, but I would get more than one. I'll get one with my expiration in it because it's speed, right? And you won't forget it. But then get another one without your expiration date because as long as that bad boy don't break, you have it forever. You don't got to replace it, right? Unless you move counties, you get commission in another county. Looking for there it is, my little protector. This stamp thing had some love. Guess who don't? Well, I was gonna call the NNA and get a replacement, but since I'm about to renew within the year, I'm just gonna just hold in there, baby. Just hold in. Just hold in there. We got a couple months left. Just hold in there. You'll make it. And if it breaks, I got this one. And they have a embosser, so we're good. Amy said her big win for the week just got reapproved to teach Ohio notary classes. Yes, 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 yes. Amy, I saw that. There's only one person we can go through to teach Ron classes or learn Ron classes in Ohio. So what would you? Do I need to nominate you or something like that? Because I don't know nothing about that other company. I'm pretty sure that they're okay and they're amazing. I just don't know them. So if I gotta give my money to somebody, I want it to be somebody I know. That was in reference to Ron. Oh, okay, got it. Juju, it takes me a minute as I talk too much. Your thing was like couldn't wait to do it in reference to Ron. So yeah, I'm trying to get ahead of the game. We don't know when Georgia's gonna do it. Probably 2030 when California does it as well, right? I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff out there. But if I am in a situation I know how to do it, I already have clients built up to it. It's gonna be an easier transition for me. I just got to go ahead and get approved in Georgia, right? Pay them, give them their coins, and just keep it rolling. Hey, Dean, I did see chat time come in. Hey, Miss Mumby, how's it going? Miss A. Washington, hey, how's it going? Oh, no, no good ideas for me. Yeah, for real, the three-hole punch paper. Didn't even know that thing existed. I mean, I knew like the line paper existed, but I was like, why? I did know it existed because when I was younger, y'all know how back in the day we had the printer paper that was perforated and it just came all in one big stack and it was all folded together, right? We actually had one of those printers way back in the day, and those pages were three-hole punch. I don't know what job my grandma had, but she used to bring boxes of paper home, and that's what we would do. You know how in school when you had to do math and you had to do like long division and show all your work, that's what we would use for scrap paper, right? She'd rip off a few and say, hey, here you go, do your math on here before you write it on your actual homework, so we don't have to constantly keep erasing. So I did know it existed, but I completely forgot about it because that's been how many years? How many years? $15 a stamp in Colorado. Yep, y'all. I looked it up. Colorado Secretary of State said $15. Thank you guys. I'm so glad that you stumbled upon us. I'm glad you're here. User 1005. Sounds great. Notary. Dean said a win. I did my first. I saw that, Dean. You did your first apostille. Let me copy this. Uh-oh. Keep a list to myself. I need to get y'all in the closed notary community. I forgot to do that. Georgia notaries. Y'all probably like, where all the Georgia stuff at? I forgot. I'll add y'all. It's been busy. I've been busy. Um, okay, I'm just adding notes to myself to celebrate wins. Um, so Dean got his first apostille submitted today. Another previously flaked on him, so it's being sent to courier via UPS overnight. Love it, love it, love it. Because where's this? Is it inside? Is it in North Carolina, Dean, or is it in another state? And I think I saw you sent that via UPS, if I'm not mistaken. Um, let me go find out. Y'all know I be stalking. Y'all know I be stalking y'all. I be stalking my notary buddies to see what y'all got going on. Anyway, you can probably just answer it faster than I look it up because I don't remember which group I saw it in, but I saw it. Oh, there's the group. Where's Dean? Where's Dean? Oh, so many people posting here. Let me just search for you. You probably already answered it. Let me look at my thing. Anyway, long story short, Dean. Oh, you're not popping up in here. I know I saw it earlier. Maybe I'm in the wrong group. But yeah, if you sent it via UPO, it's in North Carolina, going to Spain. Okay, I just didn't know how far away you were from the Secretary of State, since you said you're sending it to a courier. Um, if you're using UPS, I don't remember if you use UPS or FedEx now. My brain's dead. But I told y'all better start using Pirate Ship if y'all doing UPS, because don't FedEx does not work with Pirate Ship, so it's only the post office or UPS. Again, next day, overnight, whatever it is, it can be if you're doing the 2 day, normally like 20, 30, $40 somewhere in there, depending on the time of year we're on. But if you're doing like next day, next early AM, those are we getting to like the 50, 60, 70, sometimes $112, $120 just to get it places. Pirate Ship will send it the exact same way, the exact same time frame for like a quarter of the cost, because all my shipping on Pirate Ship, it's criminal if I pay $15. Like most of my stuff is between like $10 and $12, 10 and 14, let's say that, for all my shipping. And yes, that is next day air, getting it there by 12, 10, maybe 10, maybe $20, right? But there's an early by 8:30 a.m. Maybe that'll cost me $30. But if I did it normally with UPS, I'm looking at like 150. So I can still like that increases my profit margin a lot. And a lot. Okay. So yeah, I was trying to see because I'm in because she has more groups. Judy has more Facebook groups than I realized. And I think I'm in all of them. Yeah, I'm in all of them. I don't know when I joined, but I'm sure in here. Yay, there it is. UPS next year. But I'm being nosy. Y'all, I'm just being nosy. Did the client pay for the label? That's what I was asking. Of course the client's always gonna pay. The client's always gonna pay. Oh, they pay the label. They can look it up and see how much it costs, and I'm gonna look it up and see how much it is as well, and then I will charge them exactly what it says it's gonna cost, like on UPS.com. Um, if it says it's gonna cost 55, 65 to send it, yes, it's gonna cost 6, and we got to get it back, right? And so I'm gonna charge them 65 both ways, but I only didn't pay 20, 25 total both ways. So that's amazing. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's why your thumb was over the thing. I'm like, why is this thumb over the thing? We all know the apostille, like we already know the Secretary of State in North Carolina's address. Now it makes sense. That's your courier's address. Um, how much is for Georgia? Miss Destiny, you probably asked that a minute ago. I talked too much. For state of Georgia, it's $2. If I forgot to mention this. Y'all already know. Y'all already know. Notary Handbook. We are on the new 14th edition. So if you get this, you can look it up online as well. But in our Notary Handbook, it tells us all the things we can and can charge for. I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad they give us more guidance on what can we do instead of a bunch of you can't do this, right? So I'm glad some things have been reworded, but not enough to my liking. So right on page 29, it says, Lisa, if you're on here, I'm gonna bring you your book tomorrow or this weekend. I'm gonna drop your book off because by the time I get to you, you could have ordered it through snail mail, right? But I'm gonna make sure I get you your book. because Lisa paid me to pick a book up for her. So, notary fees on page 29 of the 14th edition. Georgia notaries may charge the following maximum fees for notarial acts. Remember, for notarial acts, right? Anything outside of that, fair game. So, administering an oath in any case, $2. Each attendance of on any person to make proof of a notary public and certify it to the same, $2. Every other certificate, $2. So, for example, in our case, let's just say I was presented. Oh, I can't show that client's document. Let's just say this is just a receipt, so it don't matter. Let's say I was presented with a document, right? Let's just say whenever this pretend is not from the clerk's authority, but a client gave me this and said, "Hey, I need this notarized." I'm like, "Okay, this is literally a receipt. This is a receipt." They could be needing notarized for business purposes or whatever. They just need it notarized. It don't matter. As long as there's nothing that we can't just know what you can and cannot notarize. Is this like a birth certificate? No. Is this a federal document? No. Okay, cool. It's just a receipt that you bought something. So, thank God, as y'all can see, there's no notary verbiage, there's no signature line. What I would simply do with this, I will take my pen, I would take a straight edge. And for me, that's always my signature guy because I keep it in my bag that has all my notary stamps in it, right? Or my main stamps, not all my stamps. I have another bag for all my other stamps. And just in case you're curious, I know this is another tangent. This holds my notary journal. It's not in here right now because it's on my desk because I was getting invoices done. This holds my main stamps. This bag right here. Also, this holds all my additional stamps, right? And I'll show y'all those additional stamps. And because I made these myself, I have a matching vest and a pair of pants, right? So when I want to travel light, I put everything in here, my notary journal, my pins, and my stamps. I shove it all in this bag. I have my little matching vest, which I haven't worn in a minute. The pants, I don't know where they are, but I'll wear it, and they're like, "Oh, look, he's all put together." It makes me look all fancy when I'm not. Um, but anyway, going back to this. So I have this, right? I will just simply straight edge, draw a line, client signs on that bad boy. I asked them to sign on the line and also print their name underneath. There's no notary verbiage. So as all notaries in every state, it does not matter which state you're in. This is very similar. Your state may have a little bit more additional questions that you may ask, but as for us as a notary, we got to have notary verbiage. We just can't put our stamp on it. I have seen this before. I have seen this before. I have corrected it many times. Notaries, the client will sign. I'm not going to sign on this because I need this receipt for my business. The client will sign, and they will literally just stamp and then maybe sign. I'm like, do you not know what? Like, you have to sign. Like, you can't just stamp. First of all, you can't just stamp it and be like, okay, it's notarized. I'm like, no, you got to sign. Um, but also check your state law to understand what is a complete notarization in your state. For some states, let me finish this first before I go on that. So all of us notaries, we have to then ask the client, okay, Mr. Signer, Mrs. Signer, whoever it is, I'm missing a stamp. Where'd it go? There it is. That's how busy I've been. I wasn't putting my stamps back in the right place. I almost lost it. Um, so you asked them, hey, since this does not have notarial language on it, that we have options. You can attach a certificate, I can attach a certificate, which can be an acknowledgement or a sworn oath statement, and then you explain the differences between the two. I also have these. I have the stamps. They say the exact same thing. They have the exact same thing, right? One is going to be, and I always hold it right in the same hands. Yep, it's already there. I have the oath, which is a sworn and signed statement. You can use this stamp, or we have the acknowledgement stamp, where you still have to sign, but there is going to be no oath. And they're like, oh, and they're like, tell them to choose one. But how I officially explain it, with the right hand, the sworn statement, this is you swearing that the contents of the document is true and correct to either a higher power or on your personal honor. This one you just sign it, right? You're acknowledging that you're not, being forced to sign this one, you just sign it. Which one do you want to do? Left or right, right? And they tell me, they'll decide. I'll stamp it on here. I'll stamp it on here, fill it out because there's information to fill it out, right? Fill it out, and then I will put my. Stop using that one because the thing's broken. I'll sign, and then I'll put this on there. So where was I going with that? So if that is the case, this is why I was doing this in the state of Georgia, based on our handbook. How much do y'all think I can charge for that? How much do you guys think I can charge for that? Remember, I can only charge $2 per stamp. I know y'all ain't gonna answer fast enough, but we need to keep on moving. My Georgia notaries, this is a thought for you guys. Based on our Georgia notary handbook, I can charge $2. Well, it depends. Hold on. It depends. It depends. If we're doing a jurat, right? If we're doing a sworn oath statement, I can charge $2 for an oath given, right? I can also charge $2 for my stamp, right? And also, I had to attach a certificate. With this one, I technically stamped it on there. I didn't attach a certificate, but it still counts. I verified that it counts. So technically, if they choose to go with the oath, it's going to be I administer an oath. One, I add a certificate. Two, I stamped it with my notary stamp. Three, that's a total of $6 for this one thing, just so you guys can get that and understand it. That is my understanding of the law. If you believe that's not correct, then do your own business, right? Call and ask, right? And the reason that we can charge that $2 for the certificate because that is an additional document that we have to attach to it. I just made my life simple, and I use these because my law says I can. Some of you guys cannot use this. You have to attach your proper certificate. Um, so check your state laws. So in Georgia, that's how I can do it. Do I go into that much detail when I'm doing my things? I probably should, but I don't. I just call it two. And by the way, that fee is optional. I don't have to charge them all six. I just call it two, right? Because it's part of my business. I've had these stamps for like 3 years, 4 years almost. They still work. I don't need to look nickel and dime people. I didn't need my money back. Hiccups. So that's what we can charge in Georgia. So hopefully that helped. Are you doing every night in April? Dean asked if I'm going to be doing live every night in April. No. In April, Dean, take the rest of the days, please. In April, I'm going to be doing Mondays. I'm going to call it Make It Happen Monday. We're going to start it's the end of the day, right? We're starting the week off right. We're going to see what we got planned. We're going to make it happen. We're going to grow this business. And then we're going to have a second live on Thursdays called Take Care of It Thursdays. What have you not taken care of? We almost at the weekend. Let's get it done. Because you told me on Monday you had these goals in your business. We almost at the end of the week. Let's make it happen, right? And we'll make adjustments from there. It's still going to be in the same format, me talking like this, but that's what I'm going to call it. Make it happen Mondays and take care of it Thursdays. Just because on those other days, I want to commit way more time to the Notary Buddy community because it is growing way faster than I thought. I'm not going to lie. I thought it was going to be like 30 people in there. And that's it because that's what everything else has been like Facebook groups and other messenger groups, WhatsApp groups that I started. I've never exceeded 30 people. Y'all showed up. I appreciate it. Like legitly, I appreciate it. Last time I checked, we were like 410, I believe. We're at 430. Y'all showed up. 430 is a long way from 30. So I appreciate y'all so much. So yeah, I'm gonna go and invest the rest of that time in the community so I can answer a lot more questions. We can have a lot more one-on-ones. We can do like closed Zoom stuff inside the community. And y'all, the community is free. Right? And that way I'm not beholden to getting flagged for saying something on one of the platforms. Either re-verify my identity on TikTok. You get our remark. So that way I won't get flagged for saying certain things because I can talk about money, but I can't heavily talk about money. How do I know? I keep getting these damn warnings. I'm like, what did I say? And so it's not like I'm saying, go make $1 million and here's the secret. And then I sell y'all something that's $1 million. I'm like, yeah, that's, or whatever it is, you know. We're going to teach you how to make $100,000. It'll only cost, I don't even know the math. I'm charging you $1 and I need 1,000 or whatever it is. Shit, I can't even do math. $10. I need 1,000 of y'all to sign up. That's how I just made money, right? I ain't doing stuff like that. So I just need them to stop censoring me. And so community. Let's see. All things Juju says, oh, I limit the interactions with the platforms. Juju knows out here in Georgia, it ain't worth it. I'm not saying it's the same for everywhere. I know it's not the same for everywhere because I know y'all can listen to other people. Uncle Griff makes a really good point. He takes all and everything, whether it's 50, whether it's 150, whether it's 2, he takes it, right? Because that's how he built his business. And guess what? Dude stays paid. Like I said, in Georgia, in the beginning, our hands are really tied, and the stuff that we can do, it's not worth it. I'll get a request to go out and literally do assist with the seller's package for an out-of-state property. $50. Like, are you crazy? Like 75 is pushing it. Like that's let me see if it's on my way and 20 pages or less. I'll consider it, right? And that's me in this stage of my business. where I can work with an attorney and they will literally send me and they're like, hey, I ain't gonna lie, I love when attorneys want to pay me out of their professional Zelle accounts. They're like, hey, send me the invoice and I'll send it via Zelle. Because guess what? As soon as I send the invoice, I get paid immediately. I ain't waiting on a check, ain't waiting on none of that stuff. Or if I do wait on a check, I have within 7 days. Like my invoices due, unless closing's like really far out. If closing's tomorrow, my invoice is due at the end of the week. Like the money's gonna be dispersed. So you need to disperse me too. We don't like my direct, we don't do this 30 days, 60, 90 day stuff. We don't do that. Closings, I do it. I send it back to you. If I do it on Monday, send it to you on Tuesday so you can sign. And by Wednesday morning, everything's dispersed. My check is in the mail. On Wednesday, I get it on Friday or Saturday, right? So that's why I don't, handle and deal with the platforms nearly as much anymore, just because my bills don't come every 60 days. And I know it's a budgeting issue. I know that. I understand that's a budgeting issue on my part. But when you sending me $50 requests, the attorney will pay me 150, 175 through that exact same request. Um, and that means I don't have to do nearly as many, right? I don't have to break my neck and sit in traffic on hours and hours just to make $300 for the week. Mm-mm. Y'all know how it's going. Dean knows he gets direct work. Dean knows. And look, Dean's a signing service owner. And he's telling y'all to go get direct work. Go get it. Because guess what? That's how he builds his business with direct work. Um, Juju says they are really lowballing on the signing assignment platforms. Yep, yep, yep. What type of attorney? Oh, Miss Mumby, you probably asked this a minute ago. What type of attorneys do where to go? Dang it. I saw it at the corner of my eye. But anyway, what type of attorneys I work with it was on. I saw it. But I work with family law attorneys, right? Um, Specifically in the estate planning niche. Those are the ones that I make my the majority of my income with, or like that's who pays the most of my revenue, pays my bills. Also elder law attorneys because I am in that's because initially my business was built around serving seniors. And I eventually got up the chain to start working with attorneys that specialize in elder law. And so that's what we're doing tomorrow, Miss Marilyn, and I, and also my other half. We're going to do this, and it came from an elder law attorney office, right? Still family law, but elder law is their specific niche. That's all they deal with, nothing else. So that's what I work with. There are real estate attorneys out there that you guys can work with. I know other attorney states that are not as strict as Georgia. The real estate attorneys are happy to work with you guys. Here, they're not. They're not so thrilled to work with us. 2020 kind of ruined it, put a real bad taste in their mouth. And so we have not recovered yet. And so it makes it a little bit more difficult. Um, there's also like personal injury attorneys because their clients need a lot of stuff notarized, a lot of stuff. Divorce attorneys, it's just not my bread and butter per se, because they haven't been that bad. They really haven't. Everything's always emotional taxing, so I decide on which emotion I like to go with, and I like to keep light and happy. So estate planning, that's not. I mean, it could be longer than all the rest of my type of appointments, but look, people are happy to have like it's a relief for them. It's a relief. They get to tell people what they're gonna do with their stuff and their money, right? And all that kind of stuff. So that's good. Um, Divorces, there was one where there's two cases where it was not as nice. Obviously, divorce is not a pretty. It cannot. People make divorce not a pretty thing, right? I know people that have gotten divorced and they're still really good friends, like legit. Like my other half and his ex-wife, they're really good friends. So much so that it annoys me. I'm like, get off the phone with your best friend, spend time with me. You already been there, done that, right? It's true. I'm like, she's calling again. This is a second time today. What she need? Our daughter's an adult. Get off the phone. Also, my parents, like my mom and my dad, biological parents, they can have a good old time. Like they can all hang out together. Ain't nothing like it don't have to be ugly. I know some like there's people that make it ugly, and I just don't like that. And so I know it can be difficult. And when people cry, I say people, not just ladies, because guys cry too. When they're crying during those divorce things, I just fall apart. I can't handle it. but I can sit and notarize documents for somebody that's literally about to pass away next week. No problem at all. I decide on which motion I can deal with, and when people break down, they cry, they fight, they scream and yell, I can't do that. I can't. So I disappear. So hopefully that helped. There's just all the attorneys in my circle that I've worked with. Um, so yeah. And another niche is they're not attorneys at all, but insurance agents. As far as I mean, different like when I'm talking about insurance agents, yeah, insurance agents can get you a state. They can connect you with estate planning attorneys as well, and individuals and companies and whatnot. But like our what are those local offices? State Farm, whatever. Of those local offices you see driving around, uh, they are good as well because a lot of times if this is like something like somebody gets into an accident and all this kind of stuff, they do have documents on the insurance side that needs to be notarized. And if you can tell them, hey, I will go and meet your client in the hospital, I've gotten a few of those. I just have not marketed to them much at all. I did in the very beginning, I've gotten a few. Like, right, I got a few, which was good. I know that there's a need there, right? Because their clients cannot always come to their office. And so that's a good one because they can lead if you want to go that route to personal injury attorneys as well, right? So that's a connection. I just got your info today. Good, Miss Destiny. I'm glad you got my info today. You're in foresight. I did see that. Let's get caught up. Let's get caught up. Your fees and attorneys. Oh, Miss Mumpy, I'm the king of undercharging. That's what I saw. I thought it was a two-part question. I was looking for it. So my fees for attorney, it depends on what we're doing. It depends on what we're doing. I'm listening to Dean and I'm upping my prices for estate plan, right? So if I'm doing an estate plan notarization, again, depends on if I have to print it or not. If I don't have to print it, I personally am okay charging 175. Then you have to pay for my witnesses. I'm okay charging 150. You got to pay for my witnesses. Like I float in there, right? I know I can get more, but if I do have to print and things like that, it's gonna be 200 because I got to print. I got to go. Most time I got to go buy the paper. Like right now, I need to make sure that I'm okay. I mean, even though it does not take that much time, that much more resources, and they're okay with that. They're okay with paying that. If I there is another situation where I just go sit in an attorney's office and then everybody keeps yelling me, you need to raise that price. I just go sit in their office and I charge them 75. Like I charge them 75 per appointment. Sometimes the appointment can be 30 minutes. Sometimes the appointment the longest one was 3 hours, which was not normal. And they did pay me extra for that, right? I did charge them extra. But normally 45 minutes, hour 20, if the client has questions, because again, they're sitting in front of their attorney, so they're going to ask questions. If the attorney gives me the documents and I go, we got no questions. It's magical how that happens. They have no questions. But if they're in front of the attorney, they think of all these questions to ask, right? And the attorneys, because we're in their office, if they say, hey, you know what, we want to change this, the attorney will strike through and make the note. And then her assistant gives her assistant, she'll run out and go and reprint it and all that kind of stuff. And they can put it back in their binder and leave with it right then and there. The difference is if I have it, I take it to the client or it's mailed to the clients, whatever it is. I have the client sign. I just do my normal notary stuff. I collect their signatures, right? Then I package it back up and send it to the attorney for them to finish doing what they need to do. Or anyway, so there we go. There's a lot of ands, if, buts, and about it. If the attorney needs me to package it all up, like if I have the elder law company, I think I'm gonna do an extra. I'm gonna do extra driving on Monday because I think I want to hand deliver this one because I've never worked with that office before. The elder law attorney over there again is 45 minutes pure freeway going 75, 80 miles an hour from me. So it's a drive. So I think I'm gonna hand deliver it to them on Monday. They never send me a label. I can just mail it to them, right? So I'm only gonna pay $10 for the label and charge them 50. But I think I'm gonna hand deliver it to introduce myself in person because I had a conversation with their paralegal over the phone and via email, so she at least knows who I am, right? And I'm gonna hand deliver it, and while I'm there, I'm gonna see like their like, do they have a lot of business on my side of town, blah blah blah, all this kind of stuff. And if I can, probably gonna take more than one working together. I'm gonna see if I can grab a few of their binders that they put their estate plans in, because at that point, I don't have to send it back to them. I can just send them digital documents, right? It saves on the processing time and the speed for the client to literally just have their things. Because I can take it with me back to my office, scan it in, send in the digitals, and then I can just hand deliver right back to the client who's on my side anyway, right? Um, and so I'm gonna see if with and I do with me, and I have one that I like to use. And I just take that with me. I make it for a new sleeve with the client's name on the front of it. It makes them feel special. And I will tell them, hey, the binder you're gonna receive is gonna be a lot nicer than this one, even though I have a nice one anyway. Right. So that's my new process now. But yeah, so I'm saying I have an attorney. I just sit in her office, and only one. I just sit in her office, and she goes through everything. And she just slides me the paper and stamp it. I charge her $75 per appointment. Like I said, 30 minutes, 120 minutes, an hour and 20 minutes, I should say. So they range in there, and so it's consistent. That's why I charge her that. If it was a one-off, like I get one every month or one, like two a month, we ain't doing that. But like this week, she had me in her office Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and so and like that's a couple $100. They ain't talking like $200, right? It definitely helped me hit my goal. So each day was a couple $100. So I'm like, I ain't claiming it because I had a W-2, I wouldn't be making that. She charging her client like 5 7 grand anyway. She can pay, she can get she can pass me a little 150, 200. She can do that. Let's get caught up in North Carolina going to Spain. I saw that. Judy's group client was paying because they wanted less than 10 day turnaround. Got it. Great, Jim, to go look into that shipping source. Yeah, Judy, I'm always trying to tell people how to save money because it's about charging and also saving where you can without compromising on shoot, what's the word? Without compromising on the process, without compromising on quality. That's the word. Yesterday pays I use Idiomatic. Awesome. Awesome. Congratulations on your first appointment, Dean. Oh, people, so congratulating you. I'm going to get the book. Yes, and get your book. Go if you can order it online. It's $10 plus you got to pay shipping and handling and all that kind of stuff. But you can run over to the, I think you said Forsyth. If you're close, run over to the Clerks Authority in Forsyth and see if they have them because they just got delivered last week, either end of the previous week or the beginning of last week. So they got stacks of them. Charged $10. No, it is not a vital or federal doc. Clear the game. Yep, clear game. Verbiage, venue, date, stamp, signature, expiration date. Yep. So that's Dean was commenting on like check with your law to see exactly what is required. And the notarial block for if I'm not mistaken, y'all in Florida, correct me if I'm wrong. In the notarial block, like in the notarial verbiage, Florida notaries don't have to write their expiration date. I don't believe, but because it is on their stamp, right? It's required to have it on your stamp. So therefore, if they're filling out the document and it has my commission expires in Florida, it's not required to put that there. It's not. From my understanding, I hope it's Florida because if not, then I just lied to y'all. Check y'all own laws. I cannot keep them straight. All I can keep straight is Georgia law. And for those of you guys who are wondering, it is best practice for us in Georgia to always print our name underneath, next to, or whatever it is. I don't like doing it next to, but when we sign on our certificates or on our notary stuff, it is best practice for us always to print our names. When I use my acknowledgement and jurat stamp, there is no space for me to print it, so I don't like that. So when I'm ready to buy new ones, I will design it myself because I just chose the ones that was already pre-created. I'm gonna design it myself, and I'm gonna get a much larger one, which is gonna be a pain to carry around. But I'm gonna probably get it to be at least I wouldn't say twice as wide as it is now, but I need more space because this is pretty small. If y'all have this stamp, y'all know. Um, I can stamp on the back of this receipt. Let's see. So just this one, right? Just an ink stamp. I mean, when I stamp on it, it's pretty small. And so I have a lot of stuff. So all three of the cameras, I believe. I have a lot of stuff that I fit into here, right? The state, I just write the GA, and the county, I write the county that we're appearing in, not the county I got commissioned in. And then let me look at this. It's upside down. The date is the next little thing I got to write in. The camera's backwards, so I'm going all the wrong places. And then on this line, right here, I got to write the client's name. That's it. That's all the space I got to get. What if it's two clients? What if it's three? What if it's four, right? What if they have like 5 names like I do? It's a lot. And all 5 of them appear on the document. It's a lot to write in this little bit of space. So I always start like clear over here and just start writing it in. It's always been accepted. And on this one, I can print my name underneath, right? I'll sign it and I'll print underneath. The acknowledgement stamp, it's different wording. And the printing, there's no spot for me to print underneath because my signature actually goes up like a line or 2 lines. Just it's in. And so just so y'all know, we're supposed to print our names underneath. I see a lot of notaries that don't do it. When you go get the stuff for apostille, they may accept it, they may reject it, depends on how picky they're being. Um, I'm just letting y'all know now. But yeah, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna design my own because there's like places that you can design your own, and I'm probably gonna make it like way wider than this, so I have it. I'm still gonna keep this one because if the document doesn't have enough space, I'm gonna use this. Oh, another thing is, let's just say I do have two signers and they both have really long names, and it's gonna look really messy to do that. This is what I will do. Let's just make sure I'm using the same one, or let's use the other one. It don't matter. This is what I will do. Pretend I didn't stamp that first one because I won't have this many. Maybe I will. It depends. This is what I will do. So if there's two signers and they have really long names and it won't fit, I will just do it twice, right? You know how we do split signings? I treat it as if it's a split signing, but obviously it all occurred on the same day. That way I still get everybody's information because I do have a lot of Spanish speaking clients. Traditionally in like Central America, South America, you have two last names, right? And if you happen to have a middle name, because you have like both parents' names, a lot of times, if I'm not mistaken, the father name goes first, and then the mother's last name goes last, if I'm not mistaken, right? And so that's a lot of names to put on here. And so I will just do two of them and fill it out for each signer, and then I will stamp my notary seal two times, one here underneath, and then one underneath here. That's how I do it to make it all nice and legal in Georgia. So y'all just got some free game. Because guess what? Ain't nobody teach me that. I had to go and get clarification from the clerk's authority. I'm like, we do it all the time for split signings, but y'all know we're not supposed to do loan signings out here. But I'm like, yeah, I can bring up split signings. So, and even though I know I was right, I always verify. I always verify. Even if it's not a apostille, I will go and get a document. I'm like, hey, I need you to sign this so I can notarize it. So I can go run up there and ask them if this is acceptable, right? And so now in the future, I know it is acceptable. And I have them explain to me why it's not acceptable if it fails. Uh, what time we at? Okay. Oh yeah, we did start. We did start like 35 minutes late. So I'll go for another 15, 20. It's Friday night. Ain't got nothing. Did you buy me booze? Oh, I probably can't say that on here. Nope. So I ain't got nothing to drink tonight, so we can still keep going. Ain't got no reason to hurry and get off of. If I get flagged, y'all know why. The thing just jumped on me. I gotta get caught up. Where were we? I wish there's a better process. Because these questions, they keep jumping around. I'm going to check for the stamp you just spoke about. Yep. Miss Destiny, it is the acknowledgement and the Jurat stamp. I got them off Amazon. You can get them off of a lot of places. You can probably order from the NNA if you want to. Other notary associations you can order it from. They probably got them on Etsy, right? Because here in Georgia, it is fair game to use it. But again, other states, double check because your state may not allow you to use that. I downloaded the app, but I don't know if you added me. Yeah, Juju, you're in there. I did add you. I was excited. It was on one live. I added you. I was like, "Is that my girl, Juju?" So yeah, I was super excited. I saw you in the community, so you are in there. Yes, indeed. They send checks timely 5 to 7 days, long as with directs. She knows. I love myself some direct business, direct clients. Real estate, family law, elder law, estate planning law. Thank you, Dean. CPAs, wealth management, tax folks, long-term care. Look, I'm telling y'all who to market to. Let me repeat that list for people that are not on here. Real estate attorneys, if y'all want to go that route, family law, elder law, estate planning attorneys, also wealth management folks, tax people. Y'all know a lot of our notary buddies are tax. I don't know what you call them. They prepare preparers, right? Tax preparers and notaries, but a lot of them are not, right? And also long-term care. So definitely check with those types of individuals, and also tax advisors. We don't want just like because people think about taxes and they think about tax people that only they think about people that prepare taxes during a very short period of the year, right? Look at tax advisors. That's what I keep telling y'all. Eventually, I will have some letters after my name, some alphabet soup after my name. That's what it is. Like another phase of business that I will be opening is going to be a tax advisor. I just got to get the coins first because it's a lot. I got to go. Anyway, it's not like, oh, go watch my, I've been doing this for 10 years. I'll train. No, Like I'm being trained under an attorney that does tax law, that trains other CPAs, that literally trains what's those people that do taxes? The IRS do taxes, right? That's over our money. He literally trains the IRS agents. And so that's who I'm going to go ahead and get my certification and all my stuff under. So I can offer that to not this space. I have it'll be other clientele, right? Other business owners, people um, where I will get my life together, right? Get my life together, and then I will be able to advise them on things within my wheelhouse because I will have some alphabet soup in my name. And there's going to be some things that I can advise on, right? I was like, hey, based on what I'm seeing here, and based on this, here's the plan. Here's let's create a financial plan, and I can do it officially. It's not just going to be some hearsay because I think I'm the boss or I think I'm cool. It's like no, I actually have the certification in the alphabet to say that I can do this legally. But that's I don't even think that's going to be this year because I have too many goals. Not for real. I only got two. And I think that's still too many. I got to get my business up to 5 grand to 6,500 somewhere in that range. No minimum, no max. The minimum is 5 grand. There's no max, but I want to hover between 6, 5, and 5. That's one goal, right? Um, Based on the 100 days, I need to be close by the end of Q2. So I got a lot of work to do going into Q3. And then the other goal is to become commissioner in a state where I can do Ron, and that's going to be somewhere in Q3. And Q4 is probably going to be just review, review, and enhance, review and enhance. That's the only two main goals I have. And so the tax advisor got to wait till 2026. I'm pushing off yet another year. So we'll see. Have a great weekend, Dean. I appreciate you being here. Ms. Danielle says, I'm applying for notary now. Is this Dream? Like, there we go. Dream said, I'm applying to be. I realize I'm missing a light. Wait, can you unplug and plug in the the dome? This one? That's why I'm struggling over here. It's all Wi Fi and I forgot. Yeah, that's better for me anyway. Um, yes. Okay. Let's see. Dreamy says, I'm applying to be a notary now. If it common, they ask for a reference of character letter. Yeah, if you're in Georgia, that is a thing. In Georgia, we do have to get two endorsers, and so it's gonna. Well, I don't know if you are in Georgia, but it's common in Georgia, and it is part of the application. So they don't have to write the letter; they just have to put in their info, and essentially they are agreeing that you are of a person of good character to become a notary, right? So that's what they're doing. That's how it is for us in Georgia. Other states may be similar, and if they have to physically write a letter, that's a lot of extra work. So I don't know if you legally can, but I will write it for them and say, hey, here's what I needed to say. If you decide to copy and paste it, then that's on you, right? um, but I would always make it easy if that's required in your state, if a full letter is required. But for us here in Georgia, I drove to the people that were going to do it for me to be my endorsers, and I didn't make them come meet me anywhere. I'm like, hey, where are you? They're like, I just on my lunch break. I'm like, I'll be there in 10 minutes. I'll be there in 10 minutes. What you want me to bring you for lunch? Right? I made it supremely easy for them to cut down on the friction. Let's see. Melissa says, I am a notary in Georgia. How can I do online notary? Melissa, we can't. We can't. We cannot. We can't in Georgia. We cannot do Ron. We can't do Ren. We can't do Rena. We can't do none of it. And yes, there's a lot of variations of it. State of Georgia, they allowed it during 2020 and 2021. They pulled it because there was too many laws broken. There's too much scamming going on. It was supposed to be a short-term solution uh, uh, with the hopes of moving into a permanent thing. It got ruined, and also honestly, quite frankly, I don't believe the clerk's authority wants to go through. They don't want to put the attention or divert the resources needed to set everything up properly. They're being lazy. Um, that's my 2 cents on it, though. So we can't. However, I don't like when people tell me what we can't do. What can we do when it comes to being wrong? This, I'm going to tell you, this is what I'm going to talk about. Take it with a grain of salt. Do your own research. Make sure you feel comfortable. This is how I make Ron work for me as a Georgia notary. Let's say, because now I've been doing this for a minute, I have people and family members. Let's say somebody called me, their mom lives right down the street because this is what happened. We notarized their documents while everybody was home for Thanksgiving, right? Got all of it taken care of, and it was a apostille, so did all of that for her. Her sons left and went back to their respective states, and when they needed something notarized, guess who they called? I'm like, I'm not in Texas. I'm not in New York. I'm not in any of these states, right? Another situation I was doing. One of my clients that I see almost every month. She always got something for me to notarize every single month. Um, she was separating from her spouse, and she's here and he's in New York. She was like, "You need to get these documents notarized." Like, "Oh, do you know anybody?" Same thing like the boys did with their mom. And she's like, "Yeah, I know this notary." And so they called me, and I'm like, "Well, we have two options. I can try to find you a notary in your state and connect you with them. And sometimes that is harder than it actually is because y'all don't answer y'all phones. I don't know why y'all pay for a phone and don't answer it. I mean, that's why you don't answer because you pay for it, right? But you're running a business, answer your damn phones. And so after that, I used to like, oh, hey, give me a half a day. I'll figure it out. I got tired of doing that. I was making like 10, 15 calls, ain't nobody answering their phones. I'm like, this ain't worth it. It's not. Right. I know at the back end I'm taking care of my client, but even though let's just say a phone call takes 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and then I can move on to the next thing. But if I have to keep stopping and making multiple phone calls, trying to find them a notary in their area takes like not half my day. It works like 2 hours of my day. I'm gonna be honest. So now this is how I make it work. I'm like, hey, you're in Texas, you're in Florida, you're in New York, you're in Illinois. These are the states that have done this, do this for. There's another state, you're in Wisconsin, right? You're calling me or you were referred to me by a family member that lives in Georgia. I do have a vast network, and so we can do this. I can try to find a notary, and if I cannot find one within 30 minutes that's in your area, here's a secondary plan. We can do what is called remote online notarization, but I need you to do some homework for me first. Whoever's going to be the recipient of your documents, can you check with them and verify that they will accept them? If they do, that's the conversation. There's more to it. End call, right? Now this is us talking. If they go and check and the person says yes, fantastic. If they don't check and I don't get an answer and they're like, yeah, let's go ahead and do it anyway, ain't none of my business. I already told them what they have to do because it's not my job to call on every day, right? But just so you guys are aware, if the documents are staying within the 50 states, there is a law that every state in the country does. In this country, they can accept remotely signed documents, right? Electronically signed documents. It gets a little bit tricky when we come to like government documents. The courts may or may not accept. We had that here in Georgia. They may not. So far, all the ones that I've gotten done electronically, they have been accepted in Georgia because there's a law saying that they have. It's even in our notary journal, like our notary handbook, like electronic signatures and notarizations are acceptable. You just can't do it. So long story short, what do I do? I connect with a notary buddy in another state and have them do it because it's a lot easier. I'm like, okay, where are you? Um, and I have my list of people that I want to work with, that I do work with, and I have which platform they're on. And then, of course, because I'm nosy and I'm extra, I say, hey, I have a notary buddy in, let's just say, Florida. We need to have you verify your identity because we're going to be doing this. Just like you meet with me in person, you still got to verify your identity. This is going to be required. I know the platform they're on because I asked them and I have the requirements on my notes. I see, okay, we got to do this. Is your ID expired? Do you have a current ID? Do you have a current passport? Do you like all this stuff? I'll ask them all these questions. They got all that stuff. I'll reach out to my notary buddy and say, hey, I got a job for you. Can you take care of it? They say, yep. I asked them their rates. I verify their rates. They're like, okay, because I'm bringing a direct in, they're going to charge $45. They're going to charge $50. I saw, what is it, in Colorado, it's 25. So I might be using y'all because it's $25 for Ron. That's the max you can charge in Colorado. So I'll call a notary buddy in Colorado. I know it's $25 based on what I just saw. I will call and verify that it's the case with them. Right? I'm like, do you have any additional fees that you're trying to charge outside of that? If you can, I don't know. And so I'll tell the client, cool, it's gonna be $45. You ain't gotta leave your house, you gotta do none of that. It's gonna be $45 or it'll be $40, whatever the case may be. If we're doing Colorado and it's 25, I may charge him only 35. Like it's $35. My notary buddy in Colorado, getting everything set up in the background because the client already emailed me the documents because we're doing it remotely, right? We're doing it remotely. I already have the documents. I emailed to the notary buddy. They're getting it set up as I'm helping the client go through the verification. They're like, okay, what's the next step? They need me to take a selfie. Okay, stop talking to me. Take a selfie. Or they need me to upload my ID. Okay, take a picture of your ID and upload it. Did it work? No, it's circling. Okay, give it a second. Did it work? Yes. Okay, perfect. Now they're asking me these three questions. answer 3 questions, the KBA, whatever it's called. And once that's done, there I'm like, hey, they're like, I see the notary. I'm like, hey, I'm about to hang up. Hang up. They get their documents notarized. The client gets an email copy of it immediately as soon as the session's over, right? Or within a couple minutes of the session being over, 10, 15 minutes, whatever it is. And then guess what? The client pays me. They pay me. I send my notary buddy 25, 30, 40, whatever the actual charge is, and I keep $10, right? 5, 10. Some people can be greedy and keep more. That was a long story, but that's how I utilized Ron in the state of Georgia. Because just like we facilitate apostilles, speaking of that, I need to get this put together. Just like we facilitate apostilles, I facilitate Ron signings, right? Um, what? No. He probably thinks I don't know what that dog's problem is. My awkward dog is being awkward. Go figure. I don't know why he's being weird right now. Does he need to go potty? You need to go potty? Want some foods? You want some loves? Cookie lives. You want some loves? I don't know. He's being a weirdo hiding behind like a pillar. I don't know what his deal is. He needs I don't know. I don't know. He needs some special puppy treats that knocks him out and have him like this. That's what he needs. Um, so let's get to the next question. Will this be in our community to review tonight? This conversation, no, it won't be just because, I mean, it'll just be it's streaming live on YouTube, so you can go about your YouTube play. That's what I should probably do. I'll just probably put the link to the YouTube replay, right? That's what I can start doing now. But yeah, you guys, if you got any other questions, oh, I'm so sorry, Facebook. I'm so sorry. I did not give y'all love, and also YouTube, because it's hidden. The chat's hidden. Dang it. If y'all still rocking with me, I appreciate you being here. Got my new notary book today. Yes. Susan, Mr. Mika got a new notary handbook. I love it. Mr. Mika also says I didn't have to pay for shipping, only the credit card processing. Oh, good. Oh, so they're not even charging you for shipping now? Look at that, y'all. If y'all getting y'all notary handbook, it is $10, and they only charge. Y'all better get it real quick before they fix it. Because I know I don't know who be doing their tech, but they always be dragging their feet. So it only costs $10.35. So they only charge her 35 cents extra to get the book and send it out. Y'all better hurry up and get it, because as soon as they realize they about to lose a bunch of money on shipping, they're gonna charge y'all. So get it. Because I know before it was like $2 and something that they charge you for shipping, which is still not a lot. I'm just saying, I'm just being cheap, right? When I can only charge $2 for a stamp, and I gotta give them $2, I'm net negative for the day, right? Let's be for real. So y'all ask more questions. I will answer them. I am still here, obviously, but let's put together the apostille. I was gonna just record this video from over my shoulder. I just didn't feel like setting it up today because I got to clean my desk and I got to do all that before I start filming. I just need to get this done. So we're going to do it like we do right now. We're going to be talking together and I'll show y'all what I'm doing. And I got a glass desk and I hardly wear pants. There you go. I ain't got time to have a camera shining down over my shoulder and y'all seeing I got no pants on. My house, I stay comfortable. Next question. What was the next question? Hey, Davey. Hey, going. There are some more things. Let me get these. I didn't see these. Okay, never mind. It's just a bunch of likes and hearts. I appreciate it. Where is this notary book? If you're in Georgia, it's on the Clerks Authority website. So Google Georgia Notary Handbook, and it's going to come up and it's going to say gsccca.org. That's what it is. It's $10. It's on there. I think they have a link right on the homepage. Or when you go there, go to the notary section. There's notary and apostille. Go to the notary section, and then there should be a link in there to order your book. Or if you're close to one of your clerk's authorities, just go in and grab one. Most of them should have them now. I know they're still being dispersed. So apostille put together time. So I had a client who needed documents going to Croatia. I don't mind showing you guys this. Let me just cover up the number. Not like y'all can do anything with it anyway. This is an apostille. The client signed document is underneath, right? And I will show barely. Got sticky notes. What am I doing? Let's do a sticky note real quick. 2 sticky notes, just in case. Yeah, y'all can't see through that. Just in case. I need 2 more sticky notes. That wasn't enough. And of course, they fell on the floor. Let's use orange. or yellow. What color is this? I have this blue light, so I can't even tell what color these are now. I think that's orange, maybe yellow. There we go. So this is what I was talking about before. So yeah, this is the client signed document underneath. This is just me. This is my notary stuff. Right? I used one of my stamps because they presented me a document that didn't have any notarial verbiage on it. So I used the acknowledgement stamp on this one. And as y'all can see, there's no spot for me to print my name underneath my signature. I guess I could put it way down here, but that's going to be weird, so I just don't. They get accepted. Like I said, it depends on how picky the lady's going to be, right? Then my notary seal on the other side. And then when I take it into the office, this is the cover page. This is called the allonge or the apostille cover page. So essentially, I've told y'all this. If y'all taking my apostille training, we have, who gave it. Like this is going to be from. Is the camera backwards for y'all on TikTok? Y'all should be fine. I'm looking at it as well. It should be fine. So it's coming from the Clerks Authority, right? In Georgia, we have their address, and then we have the 10 pieces of the apostille, right? So y'all can't see it. Y'all go watch the training, y'all see it. So we have the country. It says apostille right at the very top. We have the country as the United States. This is a public document. Has been signed by my name, Ladero Wharf, acting as my capacity. I acted as a notary public because we are officials. We are officers. We're officials of the state. We're officers of the state. However you want to say it. So I do have we as notaries have an official capacity. Get it? Official officers, official of the state. So I was acting as a notary public in my official capacity, and it shares like my stamp right here, like my name, my title, notary public, and the county and the state that I'm commissioned in. And then underneath we have the certified section. So those for pieces 1 through 4. Number 5 is all about where it was done. So it's done in Atlanta, Georgia, on this date. Let me just look at this screen because this is easier to look at. Which finger am I on? This. Okay, and then that's number 6, and then number 7 is the who did it. The Georgia Superior Clerks Court Cooperative Authority. Blah blah blah. That's a mouthful. Then where my finger is, there's a number, and this is just a reference number, so you can look it up in the system. So you can't look it up; they can look it up in the system. Because in Georgia, they will not give you a copy of it. They won't tell you nothing. They'll just be like, if you call and say, "Hey, I'm calling in reference to this apostille. Here's the order number, or here's the date that I did it on," and they'll say, "Yep, it was processed correctly," or "It was rejected." Well, if it was rejected, you wouldn't even get a number. They're like, "Yep, it was processed correctly, and here's the date, and here's the person who was the official on it." That's the only information you're gonna get. So I don't think it really matters. We just got into a custom of like hiding the numbers. It's not for public use anyway. Like you can't do nothing with it. But I would still hide it. That's number 8. And then number 9, we have the seal of the whoever did it for us, seal of Georgia, right? And then we have the signature. This is our Rachel Rice is our executive director over at the Clerks Authority. So that's what that looks like. So enough of that. I did 2 of them. These are going to my client on Monday because I could have done the same day for him because he was really close to the Clerks Authority. He was like, "Yeah, wait, bring it to me back on Monday." So I'm like, "Okay, that works for me." So now that I have that, let's put it together. Who is this? Boss Lady 60. Oh, her and Destiny. Miss Destiny and Boss Lady. Join the Notary Bed community. If you go to since you're on TikTok, if you go to the link in my bio, So go to my bio right now. Click on this little icon. There's a link in there. You gotta click on the icon, then click on it again when it pops up the bottom of the screen. Go to the link in my bio. Fill out the 3 questions. It'll send me a request over. I will put you in the group. Just make sure to specifically say that you're in Georgia. Anybody else, y'all can say where y'all are. But if you're in Georgia, let me know you're in Georgia because inside the group, I do have a secondary closed group just for Georgia notaries because I can talk Georgia all day, every day, as y'all can see, right? So I have that in there. So next, this is how I return my stuff. All documents, doesn't matter. Obviously, I'm not a state plan, so it's not going to fit here, right? I have a binder for that. But all my documents that can fit in the folder, this is how I return my stuff. If we're doing general notary work, no matter. Let's put it together. I saved this for you guys. So first thing that I normally include, I will have this with me as I'm going to the client to pick up their documents just so it looks more professional, right? Or I can have a white envelope or whatever. But I have this folder, and then I have these. These are just address labels. As y'all can see, hopefully you can see it. On there, it just has the client, a line for their name, the destination country, the day that I picked it up, and the day that it is going to be returned, right? I don't know if y'all can see that. It's on, y'all can see, It's super simple. I don't pay for no fancy stickers. I go straight to Walmart, Amazon, wherever you want to order them from. It's the Avery labels, the regular address labels. I go to avery.com and I literally just type in what I want to put on here, right? I don't got time for all that. A box of these costs $5, $5, and you get like, I don't know, you get hundreds. It's a lot of them in there. Anyway, for this, I personally put it on the inside. I used to put it on the outside, but I don't like that anymore. So I put it on the inside at the top. Let's put it on here first, and then I'll fill it out. I'm not going to put the client's name on it because I'm going to show y'all afterwards. So destination country, this went to Croatia, and pickup date was, I picked this up yesterday. So it was March 27th. So 3/27/25. We're going to return it on Monday, which should be the 31st. Let me double check. Yep, Monday the 31st. Yeah. Returning 3/31/25. Let's let that dry. Bam. That's all it is. Super simple. And normally, like I said, I will fill this out before. Obviously not the return date because I don't know what it's going to be. I will fill this out before I go pick up the documents for the client because then I'll just bring this with me. And then I can just quickly open it and be like, okay, this is what we're doing. This is one Croatia. Got it. Because if I pick up multiple a day, I don't want to do it wrong. I don't want to do one. I was like, because I gave them the document. She's like, where are these going? I didn't have my folder. I didn't have my notes with me for whatever reason. I was crazy running busy. And I gave it to her, and I was like, "Okay, these are going. These are the places." And I was like, "Oh, actually, hold on. That needs to be switched. It needs to be switched." I almost effed up, right? Well, technically, I guess it wouldn't matter. It really wouldn't matter. Yeah, it does. It really does matter because the cover sheet doesn't have a specific destination country on it. But in their records, if somebody ever wanted to use this search number and say, "Hey, I'm calling on behalf of this apostille," they're going to say, "Oh, yeah, that one was done, but it was intended for Mexico when they needed it in Spain." Because guess what? You cannot cross use apostilles. If it's intended for Spain, it can only be used in Spain. If it's intended for Mexico, it can only be used in Mexico. So I had to make sure I fixed that before, so it does matter. It does matter. Before it got messed up, just in case somebody did their deal. So that's what that sticker looks like. On the front, I do have one of these. Same thing. Y'all already know the deal. Avery label. If y'all want to know what the labels are, this one is, I think I have all this I will be putting this part in the course. It's not there yet. But it is labeled 15264. 15264. I just went and bought another case of these. It was $5. And I think there's 50 in there. And so I just go into Avery.com. I created my little QR code on Canva, my logo on Canva. And I just go to Avery and I just type this out, type that, apply, insert this, insert that. And all this is thank you for choosing Gen Mobile Notary and Apostille as your apostille facilitator. Here's my contact information, my company logo. I should probably just put something else there. And then a little QR code for them to scan, and it says, leave us a review, question mark. It's just a reminder for me to ask for a review. I take that off, stick it right on the front. Boom. And I thought I had one for my notary appointments. Maybe I already gave it out. But I use a very similar one for my regular notary appointments. Like, I got to struggle real quick. Hold on. Y'all know I can't stand up. Where is it? I should have some in here. I think I do. This will happen when I don't put stuff back. Okay, no, I don't have any. I have to print some more. I know I have them somewhere. But anyway, I use a very similar one for my regular notary appointments. I'm not saying it. What do I do with it? Anyway, I use one because I have a few appointments I need to go get ready. I need to get ready as well. So I just use a similar one for my notary appointments, and that one's it says today's date, and I write the date in. Your notary was, and I write my name in, whoever I'm sending out, right? If I'll fill it out and send it out with him. And then whatever. If you need a notary in the future, apostille, blah, 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 here's my contact information, my logo, and here's a QR code to scan. So it's very similar. So moving on. So we have that. What's next? Oh, I need to make it because I didn't create it yet because I didn't get to it. So we'll just do this. I will take these two apostilles. Oh, I scan these, by the way. I have a flatbed scanner, and I just literally put them on my flatbed scanner because when I go meet with the client, which one has the thing on it? When I go and meet with the client, I will just take a because I have an iPhone. Not that that matters, doesn't matter. I just open the Notes app and I will take a picture of the document that I notarize. Right, I will take a picture of the document that they signed and notarized. And when I come home, it just gets put all in a folder all together, like on my computer. So once I have that, and then when I have to get this done, I put it on my flatbed scanner. Now, when I start doing 40 of these a month, then I probably won't have time for that, right? But right now, since I'm doing so few, this is my system. I will scan this. I will scan all of them individually. So I have the number, so I have everything, so I can reference it in the future. Then I go to my computer and I the pictures that I took of the signed documents, I put it all in one folder. I have a folder that says Notary, and inside there, there's a subfolder that says Apostille, and inside of there, there's all the countries that I work with, all the countries that I've done stuff for, right? And I will just add that client's documents. I do another subfolder, name it that client's last name, and then put all their documents in there, right? I know how to combine PDFs, and so I will combine this into one PDF. So I have this, and then their signed document. It'll be in one PDF that way. So I can easily check and say, okay, yep, I did do that. This was a day. Here's your reference number if they need it. Because I've had a client call me in the very beginning and I have none of that. So I'm like, oh crap, I need to start tracking this stuff, right? So I take this, I put it on the right hand side. Boop, just like that. I put it on the right hand side. And on the left hand side, I have some marketing or I have notices I need to put in there. So let me go ahead and create that real quick. And it's easy peasy. It is done in Canva. If y'all are in the community, I've already shared the template with you. So let me go to Canva. I'm not going to flip the camera around. I'm just going to really quickly do it because it's just a letter. This is the letter that I use to return my documents with. So apostille. It's faster if I just search. I told you I have to still work. Then there's other documents I need to print and all this kind of stuff. I'll do that. I either got to wake up early or do it as soon as we end. Set apostille return letter. That's the initial and client engagement. Here we go. Oh, I'll show you all that real quick. So I do. I just grabbed my receipt. I do have an initial client engagement letter. Ooh, where just put those things? Here, there. Hopefully, y'all want to see that. Maybe y'all did. I'm sorry. Hopefully, I'm trying to work. I got stuff to do. So I do have an apostille engagement letter. I really don't use it often, especially if I'm picking up documents from somebody really quick. But if they do it online, then they do have to sign this one. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. So this is a service authorization. It's in the community. I share with y'all. I ain't no gatekeeper. You get it. So essentially, this is just saying, I'll paraphrase it. But by signing below, I, the person, authorized Gen Mobile Notary LLC, because that's my official company name, DBA, Gen Mobile Notary, and Apostille, that's the DBA side, to obtain an apostille authentication or legalization on my behalf. I agree to release and hold Gen Mobile Notary and Apostille, its agents and employees harmless, it's just me, from any liability, including attorney's fees, that may arise in connection with this service. Please note that my company, Gen Mobile Notary Apostille, cannot guarantee shipping or delivery times, nor can we be held responsible for delays caused by events beyond our control, known as force majeure. So, like acts of God, tornadoes, things like that, right? Important reminder: do not purchase travel tickets or make. I think I got this from somebody because this does not sound like me. Do not purchase travel tickets or make travel arrangements until your apostille authentication or legalization has been processed and returned to you. And then I give them standard processing times. I don't use this in Georgia because, unless it's a non-hate country, because I can get that done. I live really close to the location, right? I have a 48-hour turnaround time. Technically, it's the same day, but I do not deliver to them same day because they're going to come to expect that. So it's 2 business days. I will have it back in your hand. If depending on the time of day I get it from them, I'll get it done that same day, or I'll go get it done that next morning, and then I'll give it to them the following day. Always, 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 because I do have a same day fee, and it's an extra $100 because then I got to stop what I'm doing and go and do this. Right? I may have to give my appointments out or pay a courier, which is just my spouse. I was like, hey, can you go run this up there for me real quick, right? And since we got one vehicle, it still limits what I can do. So that's a service letter that I have. I don't talk about that a lot because this is only used for out-of-state stuff for me. I probably should do it with my in-state stuff, but it takes too long. It takes too long. So let me finish this. So real quick, let's edit this. Your apostille request is complete. Destination country is Croatia. And please do not remove. I'll read this to y'all in a minute. I just want to make sure I update everything. I know I had a spelling error in here last time. Let's see if I can find it real quick. I'll just print it out again if I can't find it. Anyway, let's go ahead and I updated it. Download uh, PDF for printing. I'm gonna print it out and show y'all exactly what it is. Well, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me because I'm just because if y'all weren't here, I'll still be doing this anyway. So I get this done. So I can deliver this, even though it's not a business. Yeah, it isn't delivered on Monday. And I don't print a lot of these out in advance because if the countries change, right? The countries constantly change. But I'm sending stuff too. Okay, I'm about to say, can't find printer. We were about to lose it. Right there. What do you mean you can't find printer? Okay, now that that's done, um, y'all better not steal my signal. Normally, this takes me all of 10 minutes. It's just longer because I'm talking to y'all. There you go. Here is your apostille request is complete. Destination country, Croatia. Your apostille handling instructions. I tell them, please do not remove any label or any grommets, any staples, stickers, ribbons, or anything from the document. And I tell them, you may remove it from the blue folder that I'm going to give them. Right? You can remove it from this. Do not laminate or alter the apostille in any manner. These documents are intended exclusively for use in the country. There's where the correction is. I'll make that correction. For use in Croatia and cannot be used for other countries. I tell them 2 times. Destination country is Croatia. You cannot use this outside of Croatia. Don't try it. Each apostille is for a specific company. If specific country it was issued for and cannot be reused for future purposes in other nations. Please note, the apostille cannot be reused within the United States to prove that this document is, or pardon me, let's start that over. Please note, the apostille cannot be used within the United States to prove the document's legitimacy, as it is not its intended purpose. I can't talk tonight. And then at the bottom, man, I ain't gotta read all that. It's just a thank you for letting me be of service, blah 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 blah. P.S. If you need notaries or further apostille stuff, go ahead and give me a call, and I'd be super grateful if you can leave me a review. All you got to do is simply scan the QR code. That's all it is. And then I have my information at the bottom, my signature, company's name, phone number, email address, website. So I put this in there as well. And also the other thing that I have is I don't know why I include this, but I do. This is more for online people, but I printed it out earlier, so I'm going to use it. This is just a notice, like, hey, dear client, thank you for choosing my company to do your apostille. As we already discussed, if you're requesting an FBI check, this is the time frame. If your document is going to be used in non-hate country, this is the additional process we got to go through. Essentially, this is just more marketing material at this point to make me seem more, to make me be perceived as more knowledgeable, right? And so I have all this other kind of stuff. Again, this is more for out of state stuff, but since I printed it by mistake, I'm going to put it in there. Because in Georgia, I can get it done real quick. I'm just going to put it in the back because we're going to need that to be seen. Boop. Oh, and I include an invoice. That's the other thing I'm missing. Oh, my Lord. See, look. This is what happened when I don't follow my normal procedure. Because all of this is done all at the same time real quick. Like I said, it takes me 10 minutes. So let me sign into Square real and I charge the client because I don't gatekeep. I charge the client for this. I'm not the notary. I'm not the business owner. Probably ain't hit 5 grand yet. That's probably why I have to get, to be honest. But I'm not the one that's going to be charging $200 for 250 for a single page, even though there was 2. Technically, should I have charged him more for the second one? Yes, but the second one was my idea, right? It was my idea, and so I'm not going to charge him for something that I wanted to do. And this is why, let's start that can of worms. This is why this client is an airhead. And when I showed up to notarize the documents, he handed me not the documents, but his phone because I had my stamp and my because I was traveling light. I had my stamp bag and I already pulled it out, and I had some other stuff with me, just like I didn't have my whole thing. And I'm holding my stamp in my hand, and he was like, "How do you stamp that on my phone?" I'm like, "What?" JT, go to the link in my bio. If you're on TikTok, go to the link in my bio. And that's the invitation link to join the community, answer the 3 questions. That's how you get in. And so, and he's lost the documents before. And so I'm like, let's just do 2, right? That way, I mean, I could tell him not do 2. And I know he's going to call me again next week. I lost the documents. And I'll charge him another 125. That's not how I do business, right? Because this is the thing. Let me tell you the secret. Let me tell y'all the secret. Once you get clients that have documents going out of the country, they're not the only, like they know other people. Dude's whole household is Croatian. He has family members that's gonna need this. And if I charge him out the a-hole, he probably not gonna call me. So I said, hey, it's 125. I'll meet you. I'll pick the documents up. I told him have his ID ready, have the documents ready to go. He literally hands me his phone. And I'm like, cool. Let's email it to myself. Do you have a printer? He says, oh, I said, do you have a printer? He's like, no, I don't have one. A lot of clients, I have printers. Um, and so I was like, perfect. I will just email it to me and I will go and take care of it. Yes, we did. He handed me his phone again. So I'm like, got it. I just emailed it to myself, even though he has all my info. So yeah, I emailed it to myself and I ran over to UPS and I printed it out. It cost me, because I printed 2 copies, it was $2 and like 10 cents or something like that. I had him sign both. I notarized both, and then I did the apostille. And the reason that I did not charge for a second apostille is if y'all look on my website, don't judge my prices. I'm fixing it right now. The first one is 125. The second one, I believe, is 45 or 50 for something like that. And so, of course, I didn't charge him that extra because, again, it was my idea because he's going to call me again and I ain't got time. This way, I'd rather him call me again, and now it's for his wife, or now it's for his son, or now it's for his daughter, or his cousin, or his brother. I'd rather have that type of business because that's more mouths that can recommend me. That's also more reviews. What am I trying to log into? Square. Let me stop talking. Square, and I use LastPass if y'all are ever wondering, because I do not, and I let it just randomly generate my passwords. The only password I know is a password to Square. I don't know any other passwords. Square Notary account. Let's log in. Copy password, paste, and let's create the invoice. This is gonna take me real quick because I don't even think I'm gonna. In this particular case, on this invoice, just because I'm being lazy, I'm not gonna break out and separate my notary fees. Because again, in Georgia, we can charge notary any state. I believe you can charge a fee, or you don't have to charge a fee. So I'm not gonna even charge for the notary fee, even though it's combined in there. I'm just not gonna charge for the notary fee. Oh, look, I got some money in Square that's about to hit my bank account. Yes. Send that 142 because I gotta pay the processing fees. 142.68. Send it. Send it on over. I would be happy to accept it. Invoices. I got too many things open. Send invoice. What's this client's first name? It's really hard to pronounce. And the last name as well. There's a lot of like extra tick marks and extra characters and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know how to type those in. We just gonna put it in without it. And sorry, if y'all have questions, I will look up in a second. I just need to get this done. His email address. Dang it. Let's see. We already signed into my professional email, so he should be in here somewhere. Nope. What is his email address? Inbox. Let's see who emailed me. This would be the problem. We'll be having too many emails. Dang it. Where did his email go? When I sent it to myself, I don't know if I had. I don't remember what maybe it was Croatia. Oh my word. Anyway, I'll put his email address in there later. Uh-huh. Yeah, just look at yesterday's email. I don't know where they all went. This is a problem. Oh, it came via spam. That's what happened. There it is. This is not spam. Perfect. Let's put it in the inbox. There we go. I know I was gonna figure it out sooner or later. Okay, copy his email address and phone number. Oh, it's on my phone. And I'm recording a video on my phone. So that ain't gonna work. But he called through the business line. So let's go look at the contacts in the business line. Conversation, no contacts. And ooh, let's see. Last activity yesterday. This should be him. How do I know it's him? Let's look. No, that's me. I'll do that later. I don't got time for that. Okay. Address. I said I don't have time for it. That's a lie. This is me. See, this is me being lazy. Let's just do it the right way the first time, then I don't come back and fix it, right? Um, recent. Because system records everything that I do, every email, every text, every phone call, all of it. So all I gotta do is just go and look. March 27th. Let's go back to yesterday. Um, perfect. Here he is. See, no need to be lazy. Why lazy? Why be lazy? We can run your business the right way. So, email address. That's his address. You scurried over there. 30093. And the reason I do this is because I have it in my notary journal because I notarize documents for him, and also it's in my bookkeeping and invoicing software. It's just it's a backup. It's more than one. I don't have one point of failure, and he spelled his own street name incorrectly. But look at that. I mean, I know that's not how you spell it. When I tell y'all he's an airhead, he is an airhead. But guess what? That money gonna spend the exact same way. Um, and he knows that I'm not saying something that he didn't say. He already said. But I do this way because then when I'm ready to like do a mass email to my clients, all this kind of stuff, I have information. All I gotta do is just put everybody as a blind carbon copy and send an email out that says, "Hey, thank you for supporting my business in 2025. Here's for the best year forward, blah 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 blah, all that kind of stuff, right?" Um, and it helps marketing because the last time I did that, I got a lot of business from it, and I also mailed them a card. Okay, notary or invoice title, apostille, facilitation, facilitation service. Oh, my weird dog finally came from behind the pillar. He's back. He's back out here. Norcross 30093. I think that's it. Service date was 27th. Thank you for letting me provide the apostille services, blah, blah, blah. Thank you for trusting Gen Mobile Notary and Apostille to provide a 5-star notary experience. Close enough. And now let's add the items. I'm just going to put the apostille in here. I'm not going to do anything else extra. So Georgia apostille service, and I charge him 125, not 1,025. 125, no discounts, none of that, and done. Create. And I told him to pay me once it's delivered because normally I will collect money up front. But I just want him to pay me once it's delivered because he wants to pay in cash because that's just how he pays. Uh, done and print. And I will include that invoice in there. Sorry, y'all. That took me a lot longer than I thought it wanted it to. Yeah, go ahead and print. Now let's look at your questions as you print. Um, ooh, hot. I clicked the join button, but the questions are not coming up. Ooh, JT, what's the issue? JT, if that's an issue, if you're clicking the join button, the questions aren't coming up. I don't know if you're still rocking with me. Send me a message on TikTok directly. Give me your first, last name, and your email address, and I will put you in on the back end because the question should be coming up. Because I know, again, I don't know, depending on your device, there's issues. There's depending on people's devices, there's been issues, and I don't know how to fix it because that's not my ministry. I'm not that smart. Thank you for this. You're welcome, Miss Sean. You're very welcome. I'm waiting for my membership to be approved. I already downloaded the app. Oh, I got you, sis. I will approve everybody before we wrap up. Ooh, it's 10:16. Let's get this done. How did I become an apostille? Hey, Miss Janine, right? Ouch. There's people out there that will charge you to learn from them and all this kind of stuff. So there's training involved, right? There's training. Y'all know I always preach. If you pay for training, make it a shortcut. The purpose of that training is to shortcut you in your business and your learning curve. But also, the official answer, there's certification, there's no nothing. How do you become an apostille? Because we're apostille facilitators. Only the Secretary of State, Department of State, Clerk Authority, whoever's in charge of apostilles for your state, they're the only ones that can issue an apostille. All we really are careers that know some shit. That's really what we are. For real. That's all we are. We are couriers that know stuff. And the stuff is, hey, this is not done properly, it's going to get rejected. Or, oh, you guys send it to 3 different states. Let me collect the documents from you. Let me collect payments. Let's get that stuff notarized. Or if it's like birth certificates, I can't think of a phrase right now called. But it's like birth certificates, divorce decrees, all this kind of stuff. We don't notarize those. We just send it off to the states. Make sure we do the research first to make sure it's going to be accepted. Because some states like, hey, the documents must be within the last 5 years, right? And if their stuff is 6 years old, then they got to get a certified copy. So this is the kind of stuff we know, and they pay us for that. And then we just collect all the documents from them, do what we gotta do, package it up, and send it off to the proper places, retrieve or get it back from those places, and then deliver them to our clients via hand or mail it to them if they're out of state, overseas, or whatever it is. So there are no certifications or anything like that. People will sell your certification and it's bogus. It really is. Because people like to have pretty certifications, they will mail you to you, but you literally just go research the state's information and then just do it. I have a training mission. If you're not already in the notary community, which I believe you are, go to the learning tab. I have a full blown on course, 100% free on a skill and how to do the research. I just need to release the marketing portion of that course. The pricing, I think I did the pricing section already. But if you download the workbook, it's already in there. All of this stuff is already in the workbook. I just haven't recorded the accompanying video for those pages of the workbook yet. And yes, there's a workbook. So all you need to learn how to do is market and do the research. Because the rest of it is collecting money and paying money. That's all the rest of it is. Yeah, that's it. Sorry, that's it. That's literally it. So I have my sticker on the front. I have my blue folder. I get them from Walmart. Right now, I just say they're 33 cents. I already have a stack, so I don't need more. I like to get them when they're 20 cents or 15 cents. So during the summertime. Yes, you can just use manila folders. I can probably order from Amazon or something like that, which I'm whatever. For a lot cheaper, I'll probably get them 5 cents a folder, right? This works for me right now, right? I just go to Walmart every now and then. I look at my stack and I'm like, oh, I'm getting low, and I'll probably like grab like 20 at a time, right? Like I said, I make sure, especially in the summer when they're 15 cents, I'll probably grab 40. Or last time I grabbed 50. I still have them because I'm not doing that many, to be honest with you. But like I said, I do give these out for my general notary work appointments as well because it sets me apart. The clients get something to put their documents. My branding, part of my branding color, and that's why I don't order them on Amazon. Because the last time I did that, all the dyes were different colors. I'm a weirdo. I want it to be the same color. So if I can go pick it up at a store, I know they're all the same color. And the ones that aren't, I just pull them out and put them back on the shelf. Right? But also, I tell the client, hey, I like to give you this. My information on the front if you ever need me again. But also, it's blue. It's different. It stands out. So when you go ahead and put this in your filing cabinet or wherever you're going to store it, or if you have it on your desk, it's easy to find. They really like that. They really like that. They're like, oh, that's very thoughtful of you. And so that's why I do it, because I know there's white ones out there that everybody uses. I'm like, that's it's gonna blend in. It's gonna blend in. So it's either I use blue or I would use gold. I just have not found gold because those are my company's colors: blue and gold, blue, white, and gold, and black. And so I just have not found the gold ones that I like, because the gold ones are too glammy. Nothing wrong with glam. They're just that ain't the gold I'm looking for. So yeah, inside here again, I have my invoice, because that invoice, even if they pay it already, I still include an invoice. But I put this because let's fix this, because he has not paid his invoice. The invoice will go on the left side. This is just me being particular, and then the instructions for their apostille use will go on the right side in front of the apostille. So there you go. So when we open this, we see the invoice first that needs to still be resolved, and then we have the instructions on, hey, this is what your apostille. Don't remove these grommets. I didn't show y'all. In the state of Georgia, we have a grommet, and we also have this little red thingy. So this goes over the allonge, or the apostille cover letter, the cover page, and also it flows over onto the original document. So y'all see that? So it shows that this matches up and goes together. If somebody has to be separated, because I mean, it's not intentional, but they don't always stamp the exact same. And so if this is lined up with another one, it's not going to line up, right? It's not going to line up the same. So that's how we do it here in Georgia. I tell them, don't remove that, don't mess with this, don't separate nothing. All you can do is just take it out of here and put it in an envelope and mail it to where you need to go. And I will take care of that for you if you want me to, for an additional fee. So have the instructions, and then we have the invoice. And like I said, the engagement letter, which is unnecessary because this is staying inside of Georgia, but I put it in here anyway. And behind that, we have the information for me. I'll put this out with the client's last name, the country that it's going to, the pickup date, and a delivery date. That's how I stay on top of this stuff and make sure people's stuff don't get missed. And as I mentioned before, I will take a picture of the documents on my phone in the Notes app, because I have an iPhone. So I have the documents that we signed and I notarize, so I do that. And also, when I get it off, I put this on my flatbed scanner, because it won't fit in my automatic feeder, my mobile scanner, because it's grommet. It won't go through. So I'll put this on the flatbed, scan it, and then I save it all in my computer. I combine it into one big PDF. So, well, each document I combine into a PDF. But remember, I took a picture on my phone. I combine it, and then I have it. I'm able to track it for my clients. Just ain't that much different than loan signings, right? When y'all out there doing loan signings, we got to scan copies anyway. Difference is, for these, I will keep them on my computer. I will keep them on my computer, because again, the apostille is about me as the as the official officer. It's about me, not the client. So there is no client information being, stored on my computer. It's my info. Yeah, and I'll put this over here in the little slot. It's over there now. I moved it, but I have a little outgoing thing which I really don't pay attention to, and so then I'll grab it and I'll just deliver to the client on Monday. But right now, I'll just put it on top of my printer. So yeah, let me go ahead and let some of you guys in the Notary Bag community right now. Then we'll start wrapping up, and at the same time, I need to print. I have an estate plan tomorrow. I need to go buy 3 hole punch paper for that. And also, there is another. My client sent me documents, so I have to find that. I can print that tomorrow, because that's not. Then I have a thing on Monday at 7:30 a.m. So I'll print that Sunday night for Monday morning, just in case they're working tomorrow and change the stuff on me. Okay, so I don't need to do anything extra tonight. So let's let people in the community. I had to run through really quickly. Oh, babe, I'm taking you on a field inspection tomorrow, right after the estate plan. You heard? Oi. You got headphones in. You can't hear me. But yeah, you want to do. I throw my towel on. I'm taking you on a field inspection tomorrow, right after the estate planning appointment. I'm taking you with me on a field and well, I'm taking you on a field inspection tomorrow. Can you toss my eyeglasses towel back? Why am I doing that? I tell you, I only do 2 things: notary and apostille. Um, he heard one of our other notary buddies talking about how they do field inspections and how much they make with additional income. And he's in the beginning stages of building another business right now, and so it's still getting off the ground. It's not paying us what we want, what we need. Now we want what we need right now. And so I had him, or he wanted to apply for all the field inspection companies, and he did that. And of course, since I'm already in there and I'm grandfathered in, and I have a really good status with them, When stuff goes out, I will accept it, but I will make him do it. I'll give him. I know it's probably not right and legal, but I give him my phone. I'm right there with him, and I was like, "You go take all the pictures until you start like getting like when you get accepted, then I'm gonna stop because y'all know I don't like doing them. I don't like doing them, but I see him come through, and I'm like, oh look, that's an extra $45. Um, and so I'll accept him, and I'll make him do it until he starts getting chosen for them. As soon as I say yes, I get them immediately because I've been doing it for a couple years. But anyway, oh, Notary Buddy community. Let's do that. Let's do that. Hey, Miss, I saw Miss Constance hop on here. I saw you. I saw you sneak in. How's it going? How is it going? Look, I'm only on here because I started way late, and also today was Friday. I had a major migraine, and I had a lot of stuff I needed to get done. So I answered notary questions for my notary buddies, and then they watched me prep a bunch of stuff. Like I finished apostille, I prepped that stuff for my client. There's other documents I got to print out, get ready for estate plan, all that stuff. So they watched me do it, and I just looked up every now and then and answered questions. That's the only reason I'm still on here. But members, refresh. Let's get y'all in the community. Um, Miss Charlene. Hold on. Hold on. Where we at? Where we at? Miss Charlene out in Oklahoma. I got you. Got you, ma'am. You are in the group. Miss Shania, you're in Texas. I got you. You're now in the group. Hey, Cameron, how's it going? Cameron, you're also in Texas. I got you in the group. Miss Doris, where you at? Where you at? You're in Missouri. You're in the group now as well. And Nika, I thought I had you yesterday. Look, I'm slacking. You're in Florida. Okay, got you, got you, got you added. Perfect. So I got you guys added to the Notary Buddy community. Again, I'll do another because I ain't plugging as much as I used to. Because some days there's like 15, 20 of y'all in here. I got to do that's a lot of people. I appreciate it though. I ain't complaining. But if y'all want to join the Notary Buddy community, if you're on other platforms, it is a pinned post in the comments. You can click on that, answer 3 questions. It'll let you in. I will let you in. If you're on TikTok, there's a link in my bio. It's the only link left in my bio. So click on that. And I'll add you to the Notary Buddy community, which for y'all who don't know, it is a free resource for my Notary Buddies. I love it. I love to share information, as y'all can see. I'm an open book. I will share all the things with you guys. And the easiest way for me to do it, I used to have a website where you have to go down, ask for permission. I'd send you stuff. It was too much. Now it's a community because we can chat back and forth one to many versus before I can only answer your questions one-on-one. It was a full-time job. I ain't gonna lie. But now I create a community. There's a ton of resources in there. Everybody's welcome. Even if you're not a commissioned notary yet, but you're working on the process. It is a notary community. Do not come in here marketing your advertising services. No, we're not doing that. There's too many of that or too much of that already happening on Facebook. This is a safe space for my notary buddies and for you guys to do stuff like that. Will I allow you to market something like that? Sure. Run it by me first. And before you post it, you got to come join the live. You got to come join the live, right? And we'll talk about it. We'll ask you questions about your business. That's the first test. If you pass the test, then you go ahead and join the community, and you can share your stuff in there, right? I don't mind. But if you ain't got no good intention and you're just trying to collect coins from my group, you ain't doing that because I don't even collect coins from my group. But anyway, resources. There's resources and there's also courses in there. What was I doing? Georgia notaries. I need to add some of y'all in here. My bad. JT just asked, did I get your email? What email address did you send it to? Oh, the only one that you guys should have access to is the Notary Buddy community. Look, don't be sending emails to my business account because I ain't gonna never answer. Because my notary emails is reserved for money. Let me check the Notary Buddy email real quick. Let me go and check. JT, did you send me an email or did you send me? Let me check spam. Or did you send me a message on Darren Hardy, Chris Duncan? This is all marketing stuff, so you're not in spam. Oh, here on TikTok. Okay. If it's on TikTok, let me check on my computer. Oh, you sent me. I told you to send me that info. Yeah. So let me. How do I check? How do I check? Dang, 39 unread messages. I won't check until I tell y'all to email me. All right, here we go. Miss Janet, I did get it, so let me cancel this. And Miss Janet, where are you? Sorry, you're still here. Are you in Georgia? What state are you in? Who else snuck in here? Who is this? Miss Queen, I got you. I got you, sis. You're in Georgia with me. So hold on, I will put you in here, but give me a second because I got to add you to the main group and the Georgia group. So that does take a little bit extra work. Miss JT, you're in Texas. Okay, let me add you real quick. Um, well, you have to accept the invite, so check your email. So I'm emailing you right now. I'm not going to read your email out loud unless you want me to. If I do, y'all best in her business. Okay, sent you an invite written by the admin. So check your email, and once you accept, you boom, you'll be right in here. Okay, now let me go back. Miss Queen, I got you. Or Miss Cynthia. Let's see. Perfect. It's Miss Cynthia. I got you, Miss Cynthia. I'll add you to the main group, and I'm gonna put you on my notes to add you to the Georgia group because I will do that after it actually closes. I know y'all probably tired of hearing me talk. So let's close this email. I don't want that. What other questions we got in the last minute? How did I become a apostille? Okay, I already answered that. Why is this? Okay, there it is. It won't scroll, didn't scroll. I didn't know y'all had this many questions. So let me go ahead and answer these. Dang it, sorry. Because when I was looking at the thing, it froze, and now there was no more questions. So I was about to wrap it up. There's 25 more things on here. Let's blow real quick. I clicked the join button, got it. Okay, I'm waiting for my membership. You got that. How did it become a apostille? Asked that. Okay, this will work. Are all the documents printed in black ink? Yes. For me, all my stuff is black ink on white paper, black ink, right? I don't do, or it's called grayscale. I don't print anything in color. If something is needed to be in color, I don't even have a color printer in my house. I have to run over to the library, which is literally like 5 minutes. If I hit both red lights, both traffic lights, it's 5 minutes, right? So I will go over there and print it, and I do charge extra for that because it's extra work for me, right? They don't like I do it at the library because they don't charge a lot, and they're printing like their stuff always comes out pretty clean. And if it doesn't, I'm like, hey, this didn't come out okay, and they will just go and fix it, and they'll reprint it for me. Um, but again, if client requires me to print something in color, and if it's like sensitive information, I'm like, look, I don't do that. But if it's just like, hey, this is something I just needed in color for whatever reason, I got you. I got you. Are my questions coming up? Sorry, I just answered why they were not coming up because my TikTok screen is frozen, and so I didn't see any questions until I hit refresh. And then a bunch of them just popped up. So let me make sure I answered it. So I think, Ms. Janine, I got your question about how to become an apostille, right? First step, there is no certifications. The biggest thing is research and marketing. And like I said, go to the notary, go to the learning tab in the notary community. 100% free up in there. Watch it apostille training. Tells you almost everything you need to know. I say almost because I have to release the rest of the recordings, which isn't finished editing them, I believe. But like to do the work, it's all there. The thing that you're missing is like how do you market Google Business Profile, talking to people the same way I always market, right? Going to Googling companies that have a presence, just use ChatGPT. Ask Chat, say, hey, I'm trying to market myself for my apostille business. Give me 10 suggestions of individuals I can market to, right? And then just go for reals. And then I think did I cover pricing? I don't know. I recorded it, I just need to release it. But then but the pricing is already talked about in the workbook. Um, and I give lowball examples on purpose because everybody's situation is different. But if every time y'all hear me talking, you just heard I charged to him 125 to go and run this. The dude's probably 15 minutes from my house, and from his house to the clerk's authority was another 10. So I ran up there, got it done. I could have easily delivered it back to him, but I did not want to because I don't want them to expect that, right? Because if you want stuff same day, it's an extra 100. It is an extra 100. And it's my prices. I could charge them an extra 50 if I wanted to, but my website says 100. So I do stay in alignment with that. If I give them discount, that's on, that's me. But I try not to like charge them extra above what they can go and double check on my website. So yeah, so every person's different because I have a notary buddy who is 2 hours from the Secretary of State, right? And they will make that right. They do charge more than I do because it's 2 hours. Because they know if they mail it in, it's going to take them 2 weeks to get it back, or they can make a round trip and get it back the same day and get it to the client the next business day. That's how they decide to operate their business. So they do charge way more than me. In the very beginning, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I was charging $75 per apostille. And if it needed to be notarized, I would charge like extra $10 because I'm already there, right? Because my fees come from the travel. I'm already traveling. I'm all like the convenience of me getting my payments on and coming to your house is already been paid. And why do I, some people are like that's not enough. The 120 because in the beginning I was charging 75. When I was doing the math, I'm not profiting enough, and so 125 keeps me in a sweet spot, and it keeps me competitive with the other companies that process 100 apostilles a month. The ones that I am not being competitive with are the notaries like myself who well I do more than but that'll do like onesies, twosies, right? They charge way more because it's not a consistent piece of their business. And they can always raise my prices, right? So I try to stay competitive and still give a personalized touch because right now the other people that I'm priced still just I mean talking about like a tiny bit under or maybe even like $5 over, right? Those larger companies, that's who I compete with because local notaries are not my competition because they're going for I'm trying to go for sustainable, consistent business like the other people do. The difference is they don't send a notary out to you, so I probably should charge more for that. And also their turnaround times, they're like, "We'll get it to you back in a week." I'm like, "It's in Georgia. Your office is 10 minutes away. Why are you getting it back to them in a week if you're there every day? Get it back within 48 hours, right?" So anyway, so that's why the clients choose me because I do have that 48-hour turnaround time, even though it can be done same day. And if I'm going the way and I have it done, not the same day, but if the next day or whatever it is, even if it is the same day, if I'm going that way, I will be nice. Hey, you know what? I have this already processed. My team was amazing. Like everything just lined up. I always talk it up, right? Everything lined up. The stars are aligning because guess what? The universe is telling me to deliver this to you right now. Are you at home? Right? Meanwhile, I'm literally passing their house going to another appointment because I have my service area. I'm always in the same area. If you guys were on the live with me last night, my spouse was driving, my husband was driving. I'm on the phone with y'all, and I'm just like, you need to like get out of this lane, get out of this lane about to end, turn at this light, right? Because I know my service area. Anyway, um, so yeah. So the process seems tense. No, Miss Candy, it doesn't. It doesn't. It really doesn't. I was just I'm it's the end of the day. I tell y'all at the end of the night, we don't know what kind of Ladero y'all gonna get. It's Friday on top of that. This is I do all of my best work. I'm an early riser. I'm an early person, right? So all of my stuff gets done in the morning. Literally everything I've showed you guys that I was just putting it together. That normally takes me 10 minutes. But you're probably talking about the research, right? The research is not that bad. It really is. It really is. Um, all you need to just know is I think I did it live with you guys once because I got a request and I looked it up and like in 10, 15 minutes, I had all the answers I needed. Max. And again, because I had people watching over my shoulder, I had to explain what I was clicking on. Because normally I look, I go, I search, I read, I verify the prices, all this kind of stuff. That's what about prices. And I'm like, okay, cool. This is time frame, got it. Do I know a courier in that location where the client said they would like this back in 5 days? If I mail it to them, it's going to be 2 weeks or it's going to be 10 days before they even, and that's after they get it, right? So if it takes 2 days to get to them, then the 2 days don't even start until I look at the tracking and show that somebody signed for it. Then I got to start the 10-day countdown. It takes 2 days to get back to me. My client does not have 2 weeks to wait. I know a courier. Do they offer walk-in services? I'm just looking at all this stuff, right? And I go over it in the course that I have for you. I look at all this stuff. And say, okay, cool. I do not know every that's in area that they charge me 50, they charge me 75, they charge me 100. So I tell my clients like, hey, we can do it. It's going to take 2 weeks. This is the price. However, I can get it back to you 72 hours or 5 business days instead of 10 business days, whatever it is, right? I can get it to you back in 5 business days and add that extra courier fee on top of it. If it's 50, it's 50 because they literally live like me. They're probably like 10, 15 minutes away. If it's 100, it's 100. And I was like, it's 100 extra dollars. I don't increase my fee on top of that because they're already paying me, right? I'm already good. And if they want to pay for it, and if they don't, then it's just going to take 2 weeks to get it back to them. So do you suggest doing a general notary work versus loan signing? I remember you saying loan signing is difficult. Hey, Jay, remind me, are you in Georgia with me? So I know we've talked before. I just don't remember where you are. So I don't. This is the thing. Loan signing is not difficult. It just takes practice. You know what was difficult? Driving a stick. And that's what was difficult. But again, ask somebody who's been driving a stick for 2 years, they're like, that's not difficult, right? It's not difficult. It's just different, and I don't do it consistently. So if you're in a state where, okay, you're in Georgia, then no, scratch that. Don't do long time. Because if you're in a state where it's wide open and you can consistently do it and do it a lot, you will get good at it. Because here in Georgia, we have to be careful on what we accept, and what we do get is, I mean, it's still stuff, right? But it's not enough to hurry up and get you experience. Those days are gone. I was looking at state on signing order, looking on the job board because I'm like, hey, I turned all the notifications off anyway. But I was looking at the job board on signingorder.com. So if y'all don't know about that, signing order does have a job board where people or clients, whoever, they will post jobs on there. And so instead of waiting for a text to come through, you can go look at the job board. And if you see stuff on there is not being it's not that has not been um, accepted by another notary, you can just go through and accept them. There is a limit for the free account because I still got to pay more if you want to accept over 10 per month off the job board, or you can just wait for the text to come out and you get the text. There's no limit on those. But here in Georgia, it's just not as lucrative enough as it used to be. And so, one, you got to get training. So you got to pay that extra money for training. I'm not going to ever tell you not to take trainings when it comes to loan signing because you need it. You need it. But then after the training, there's a difference on being told to do something actually. My biggest concern is right now that there's not enough happening for you to get the needed experience to fit in, especially at the rates that they're going out. They're sending out seller packages for $50. It's $50. I ain't gonna lie. You can make $50. You can make $50. It's cool. I ain't gonna lie. That part is lucrative, but you got to add in all your other costs that comes along with it, right? And um, if it's $50 and it takes you 3 hours to get through the entire process, that's printing, prepping, driving, getting there, sitting with the client, getting back home, scanning, and then waiting for approval, then dropping it off. $50 over the course of 3 active hours becomes little money. You hear what I'm saying? That's why I don't think that is great for us in Georgia. So general notary work, we can literally charge the same $50 depending on your market. Because even in the market of Georgia, we have submarkets, and inside those markets, there's even further submarkets. I'm in Gwinnett County. I'm closer. Well, I wouldn't say I'm closer, but the area I live in is this. I always tell y'all to do. It's part of my pricing course as well. I tell you do your research and look at the average income for your area and see what it is because it will dictate. People don't understand that average income for your area will dictate on how easy it is to charge your client money, right? Now that I moved in a little bit more of a swanky area, um, my business is expanding more towards Johns Creek, uh, Berkeley Lake, right? I'm in Swanee. And so Buford, Sugar Hill, all that's still the same. But if you guys are out here in this area, you kind of know, right? Those communities, I mean, there's pockets, right? But those communities are open to paying a little bit more. Versus I have notary buddies that are in, and it's not bad, but like let's say closer to Atlanta, instead of being further out, or they're in like Conyers, Lawrenceville, because I was in Lawrenceville for a while. Lawrenceville gives the illusion of bouginess, but it ain't bougie. It ain't bougie. After living here for a little bit, I understand it ain't bougie. Right? They give the illusion of being bougie, but then they won't pay the bougie prices. So, like in different areas, there's submarkets inside each submarket. So learn that, see how much the average income is for your area, and I honestly would serve the areas that have higher average income. I'm just being for real, right? That's what I do more of my marketing because before I used to be $35, and people was like pulling teeth, man. And when I went up to 40, I was like, oh my God, people gonna have a heart attack. And I went to 45, and it was fine because things are better. But now where I moved, when I go to an appointment, I charge them 45. They're like, you ain't charging me enough. I was like, that's it? You're not charging? Literally, they're telling me I'm not charging them enough. Right, babe? How many appointments I do? And they're like, you're not charging enough. He said, oh, not all, but a lot of them. I charge a lot. I show up, I'm like, it's 125 because of everything I got to do and the time it's going to take. And they're like, that's it. That's the kind of markets we're willing to be serving, right? It's a far cry from my 45. Far cry from my 45. And then this is the thing. I don't want them to feel pity on me or nothing like that. They're like, young man, it's not enough. You charge me 100 or 125, which I'm already like, that's a lot. Because guess what? I only stamp 2 documents. So my invoice gonna look like $4 for notary, and then if it's 125, it's 123 for travel and convenience or mileage and convenience, right? However we want to phrase it. $123, and guess what? You were 5 minutes from my house, 7 minutes from my house, because that's my service area. But they're willing to pay it. So hopefully that did help. That's why I think general notary work is more lucrative for us, right? Um, but that's what I think. You can take a seller package for $50. But again, we assist with real estate transactions. We don't do loan signings. It's just so I always use seller packages. Take a seller package for $50 because that's what I'm seeing they're going out there for right now. Crazy to me. But you do that and you accept it, you go and do it. Like I say, if you're a beginner, it's going to take you probably like 3 hours round trip. And I know some people are like, that's a lot. But again, you got to account for driving. We live in Georgia. Driving, the time is a lot. You got to print, you got to scan, you got to do all this kind of stuff, collect signatures, all the normal things, right? And then when it's said and done, you did all of that 3 hour time for $50. Or you go to a general notary work appointment if you're in my area, the area I service, if you're charging $45, right? Charging $50, the same damn $50, and you in and out in 15 minutes, right? It takes me way longer to drive to my appointments than actually sitting there at this point. So even if they're like, I'm like, okay, this is gonna be a 20-minute drive because the time of day it is. I'm like, get there in 10, but now it's times 2, so it's gonna take me 20 minutes just to get there. I go in, I show up, get all my stuff, write in my notary journal, have them sign, notarize the documents. I'm out. It takes me longer to drive there than it does to do my job, and I made the same $40 or $50. That's what I said, right? $50. So hopefully that helps. Let's go through some more. Cool. Mr. Dean, I'm glad I answered your question. Jim's dropping. Oh, thank you, Constance. We don't get long because it's Friday. I'm enjoying talking about it. And I took a nap. So that's why. Are you with Notary? Boss Lady, sorry, or Notary Rotary? No, I'm no longer on because I believe Notary Rotary has a marketing aspect. In the very beginning, I talked about how I'm pulling back off all the platforms and things like that. And like I said, signing service owners, Miss Constance on here, Dean was on here. A few of my signing service owner buddies watched my stuff as well. I've learned. So I'm glad I'm an honest person, right? I'm an honest person. I've decided to pull back off the platforms just because of my market. Because of my market. It's not lucrative enough. And also, I'm not going to lie. When I get a text message, like the all call text message, I accept it. I'm like, why is this so low? First of all, I may, push back another $15, whatever it is. I know that they can always find another notary that's going to do it. They're going to do it for 50. I'm like, no, 75 is the minimum I'm willing to go. And at that point, I think I'm still losing money. If I got to go more than 10 miles, I'm losing money, right, on this thing. And so I'll still accept it at 75 for a seller's package. And then, like the last situation, the client just wouldn't respond. I was like, look, I'm not getting paid to. And they're like, hey, can you try again? I'm like, I already made 10 attempts. Like, can you attempt? Can title attempt? Like, I'm not getting paid to consistently make these phone calls. I was making 3 a day for 3 days. And that's not including the text messages. I was making a text. I texted after I make a call, they ain't answer. I hung up. I text. I'm like, look, who's paying for my time to do this? Nobody. You only pay me 75 because I pushed back and you're trying to give me 50. That's why I don't do it, right? Because guess what? That client, literally, it happens. The attorney will send them their own documents. They will send them to via mail. They're like, find your own notary. They'll Google. They'll call me. That exact same client. I will go over there. If the client calls me, I will be nicer, right? I'll charge them 75. But if the company, I have a different rates for a personal or like it's called B2C, business to customer versus B2B. So if a business calls me, then I'm going to charge them my regular business rates. For a seller, I think my prices, I just recently updated them, so I don't remember what they are. But I think it's like 125, 150, whatever, something like that. But if they need me to drive, and this is again my immediate service area. But if they need me to drive further out, I will negotiate a little bit higher rate. Even then, that's still saving title a lot of money because they're accustomed to paying 200. I wouldn't say a lot, but whatever, right? They're accustomed to paying a higher rate. And it's not that I'm undercutting myself, because I'm just like, sure, I'll take care of it for you. Because if it got to me at this point, is either you check out my stuff online, and I'm about to build a relationship with you, or you're in dire straits. I just don't need to charge you 250 to do that, right? Before, yeah, because I don't travel that. Like you need me to go outside of my travel radius, then maybe 200, maybe 225, because that's a long way. Because I have gone like 2 hours one way before. I'm not talking about traffic, but like pure freeway, no traffic, 2 hours, almost 2.5 hours one way. And they paid because they didn't trust the other notaries that they found. Anyway, let's keep on going. I'm just getting started in PA, Pennsylvania, Philadelphia. I don't know these acronyms. Philadelphia. Um, can have everything in place for Ron. Now just have to do it. Good, good, good. Lovely life, lovely living. That's what it is. Or love live. Love. Oh my gosh, you know who you are. I know who you are. You know who you are. Right. That's awesome. That's awesome that you're all set up and ready to go. Attorney only states needs to be a thing of the past. Please, right? Miss Constance, can they please? Can they get rid of it? It's messing with my money. What about fingerprints? Boss lady, I don't do fingerprinting anymore. I did do that. I did ink and also, excuse me, what is known as live scan, so electronic fingerprinting. I had an office space. I built a business around that, and it flopped. I'm going to take blame for that because I should have done more. I should have marketed more. Just a company that I went with, and I put too much trust into them to set me up and to do my marketing and all that kind of stuff. And I should have known better that I knew more than they did, right? Um, and so that did not do well because they did the market research for me, which I should have verified. Again, that's my fault. And they were like, yeah, the next closest person that's doing fingerprinting from you is like over 10 miles away. Not true. I was like, why is it not working out? And all this kind of stuff after a couple months and all the paying for the marketing and doing all the shit. Um, I did my own market research. That's why I trust the verify. Trust the verify. I was too busy. I was having a measuring contest, and I was trying to grow extremely fast in this notary space, and it bit me in the butt. Um, Look it up. Do my own market research. Literally, um, there was a pew pew shop 15 feet from me, like two buildings over, that did fingerprinting. There was another person that was 3 minutes from me that did fingerprinting one way south. There was somebody west, 5 minutes away from me that did fingerprinting. There was somebody east, 10 minutes away from me that did fingerprinting because their company was their whole promise and all this kind of stuff. There's no one within like it was 10 miles, within 10 miles of you that does fingerprinting, and that way we can guarantee that our system or the system will work, all that kind of stuff, right? That was not the case. And these are like no mobile notaries, because mobile notaries do ink rolls all the time, right? So I don't think because people need live scanning with the electronic ones, right? And so there's literally four other people within three, let's call it five, within a 5 mile radius of me offering the exact same service. I was a newbie on the block. I was like, nope, I'm not about to compete with them. I don't have time. I've already spent like 8 months worth of this paying for the equipment. It was $800 a month for that alone. And then on top of that, I was paying $600 a month for my notary marketing. Plus, on top of that, I had to pay for my office space. So I was in the hole, I went in the hole real quick. I burned through all my savings for business. Um, and I just couldn't turn it around fast enough. I'm like, nope. And so instead of, yes, I'm still in debt on that business because it cost me the whole setup and all the stuff and running it. And over time, it was a total of 15 grand. And so I'm still in debt on that. So I charged it to my credit and I'm stuck paying that off, right? Even though I closed it, I'd rather just go ahead and close it and cut my losses right then and there. That's just something I've learned in business. If it ain't working, it ain't working. Just go ahead and close it. Because the math don't lie. Look, Miss Destiny says John Creek is bougie. Show is, and guess what? They don't mind paying. I know Berkeley Lake. People don't talk about it a lot. I didn't even know it existed. It is tiny. Berkeley Lake is tiny. Like go do the facts. Like go look it up. Berkeley Lake, the city of Berkeley Lake, is super tiny. It sits between me. So between Swanee and John Creek, I mean, it's a little piece. The people on average, even the average income in Berkeley Lake, it's crazy. Y'all know how massive Gwinnett County, let's just say Lawrenceville, right? We know how massive Lawrenceville is. The tiny little Berkeley Lake area, on the average yearly income, if I'm not lying, when I looked it up, is literally almost 3 times the amount of the entire state of Lawrenceville. And y'all know Lawrenceville is packed. Hold on, my battery's dying. Lawrenceville is packed to the gills with people. Berkeley Lake, Johns Creek, they pay. Anyway, so I will focus on general notary work and your training. You're welcome. That was a long answer. I'm sorry. Truly resilient. Say hello. New here. Do you train people who reside in other states? Truly resilient. I honestly don't provide training on how to become a notary. There's a lot of other amazing people out there. I would always say, if you want to get training from online from somebody that's not in your state, take it as general information, right? Take it as general information. But then I always recommend either finding somebody in your state that can train you. This is just me personally, or do some self training on your own notary law, right? So it's always good to have a foundation. And these people that teach across the entire country, that's all they're giving you is a good foundation, which is still good. But then again, your state may be very specific on things you can and cannot do. So go and either self learn, like a lot of us in Georgia had to, or find somebody that specifically trains in your state, right? So that's why I don't do that type of training, because there's so many people out there that are happy to take your advice. If you're in the notary community, I have a list of my recommendations of people you can learn from. But like again, notary training and then loan signing training is two different things, right? You got to know how to be a notary to do loan signing. So it's like the next tier. Look, I already know Georgia. I got my final email that I need to pay for all my LLCs because tomorrow's the first is the due date, right? Before they slap me with a late, I'll get it paid. I'll get it paid. I'm trying to collect these coins so I can pay for my hotel because I'm trying to go to 2 weeks, which means I might need to find a temporary replacement or a backup person to go sit in the attorney's office for me. I'll let y'all know. My Georgia notary buddies. This attorney, we have Johns Creek office, and then there's also it's Vinings. It's like off of Cumberland Boulevard in Vining, so it's Atlanta, right? So I may need somebody to help me out, and because the attorney's assist. This is why I tell you how to market places. The attorney has an assistant. They're notaries, but guess what? You cannot be a notary and a witness in the state of Georgia, so they still need another person. So asking me to be a witness, it just doesn't make financial sense to me. So therefore, I'm the notary, and the in-office notary acts as a witness. And guess what? We're both going on vacation at the same time. The attorney has no witnesses nor notaries in her office at this point, right? And so that's why I always tell people to still market, because you can be the backup to the backup, or like backup or the backup to the backup. So I will see if my spouse, my other half, does not come with me, then he'll be that person, right? But I'll check. I'll see. I leave in 2 weeks, I believe. So you'll have to be doing double duty. I told the assistant, I'm like, you can't go on vacation. I'm trying to go on vacation. But she's only going to be gone for like 3 days or something. I'm going to be for a whole week. Okay, let's get through this. So you'll focus on general notary work. Perfect. Got that already. I had a seller package for 2 pages, but in Lithonia, the area, I did not accept that. Absolutely. Too damn far. Too damn far. I don't care if it is 2 pages. Too far. I used to take them all. I'm in Gwinnett County. Like I said, I'm in Lawrenceville. I'm on the border of the Cula, so I'm close to the 316, right? Now I'm in Swanee, so I'm close to the I-85. Exit 111. That's how y'all get to me. Before, I'd be all in Decatur. I'd be in Lithonia. I'd be I went out to, I can't think of the name of it right now. I've gone south further south than Atlanta. I've gone almost up to the Tennessee borderline, the South Carolina border. I have gone to the Alabama border yet. I've been all in Marietta. I've learned my lesson. I won't do it. I made a decent amount of money. I cannot say I made a lot. So I made a decent amount, but it was not worth it. It was not worth it. I appreciate your honesty, of course. I don't know how any other way to be but honest. Because if you tell a lie, it's so much work to tell a lie. Y'all already know that, right? Because you got to keep covering up the lie. Too much work. It's just easy to be honest. Ask me anything. And if I feel it's too personal, then I'll just call you. I'll say, call me. We'll talk about it, right? Too personal being like, you don't need to know, right? Everybody don't need to know. But as far as business, like transparent, transparent. Even marketing secrets. I don't care. Because guess what? You're not me. You're not me. You will say things completely different than I do. You connect with people on a different level than I do. Carolyn, who was today, yesterday, and she'll be with me tomorrow for appointments. She saw my personality completely different than other people. Because there's other notaries that when you go, they may be wild and crazy, but as soon as they get to that appointment, they sure to be buttoned up to here, and they have their customer service voice on all day, every day. I was at the table joking with the client and all this kind of stuff. He was stressed out. He was stressing me out. Like Mr. Signer, let's call him Mr. Smith. I'm like, Mr. Smith, why you ain't answer my phone calls? I've been calling you for 3 days now. Why you ain't answer my phone call? Right? And he told me that I felt bad because of what he told me. And I was like, okay, I get it. Definitely. You were stressing out, but just so you know, you were stressing out. They were stressing out because you were stressing out, and then they stressed me out, and we all here stressed. And guess what? My job is to make sure you're no longer stressed. So I talked to him, right? We went through the stuff, made him feel good about himself. He apologized. I was like, no need to apologize. I got you. I got you. Right? And did all this kind of stuff. And I was like asking about his day. I was like, yeah, your day improved. Anyway, it wasn't just a sign and go. It wasn't a stamp and go. I need to make sure he was good. I need to make sure he was good. Um, I'm like, I ain't got no money to buy you lunch. I'm like, you want me to buy you lunch? Like, we need to talk about it. What we got going on? Let's get this notary done. We can go do lunch. If you need to, if you just need to, it was a tough situation. It really was. Anyway, XXX can be a witness. Okay, user 9907 say they can be available to be a witness. I don't know who you are because you don't have a name. It just says user 9907, a bunch of numbers. Okay, I'm available to help. Okay, okay. Y'all keep, I'll tap in. Again, I don't know who y'all are on TikTok. On the Notary, introduce yourselves to me, right? And let me know. But I think that's it. We're good. Are we good? I let people in the community. I will add the Georgia specific notaries to the Georgia group. Um, you guys, I mean, there's still everything you have access to. You don't have access to everything. Even if I don't add you to the group, the only thing you don't have access is just the Georgia conversation. I will do that. I will make sure I get that done. Excuse me, I have hiccups. Save some coin, get a custom stamp instead of stickers. Ooh, I didn't see your message until just now, Miss Tamika. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Look, y'all know when I was putting this apostille thing together, Miss Tamika said, "Ow, hair coming. Don't get tangled in my hair." Um, she says, like, save some extra money on the stickers. Again, they're really inexpensive anyway. But she's like, just get yourself some custom stamps made because I'm gonna be making more anyway. I sure can. Like maybe this one I might not get it done because I always change my mind on stuff. But like my other stamps, that's just like basic with the client's name, destination, kind of like that stuff. I can do that because it will probably be like a one-time $20 thing, and then I'll have it forever. Again, it takes me $5 to buy those stamps plus the ink and the paper, all that stuff, right? So yeah, thank you. That's why we do this. For those stickers that you're putting on, yeah, I like that. She's specific for the inside part. Got it. Okay, cool. We done. We done. It's Friday. It's shoot. It's probably my longest life ever. It was 11:04. I do not have any beverages to drink apart from water, so I will drink some water. And I'm about to go lay in bed and watch TV for like 30 minutes or an hour. I fall asleep. Ooh, what happened? Nothing. Sorry, I'm still on live. Okay, I thought an emergency happened over there. All right, that's it, y'all. About to. Oh, Miss Shawn, how often do I get on here? Normally, I'm on here for the month of March. So I do it monthly, right? I do my commitments to you guys. For the month of March, I was Monday through Friday, unless it was too crazy, unless I was sick, right? I've only missed one day in March. But Monday through Friday, approximately 7:30, 7:45 is our start time Eastern. That's when I normally hop on. And normally I only go for like 9 minutes. So we're done by like 9 o'clock, 9:15 around that time, right? But today I did start almost like 40 minutes late. So I kept going and I had to work. But anyway, next month, because this month is almost over. So you'll see me only Mondays going, where's my calendar? Yeah. Mondays and Thursdays now. Still the same time, 7:30, 7:45, Mondays and Thursdays. Because Mondays are gonna be like the title on Monday is gonna be make it happen. Monday, what's our goal for the week? What are we doing? Let's make this happen. Let's make some money. Let's get you moving, right? That's what the conversation will be geared around. I'm still going to talk freely like this. And then on Thursdays, we're going to be talking about take care of it Thursdays. Okay, it's been a couple days. What were you supposed to do for your business? Why you didn't do it? Let's get it done. Just like that motivational part, but we still going to do free form as well. So Mondays and Thursdays are the days that I'm going to do now because I've been going live Monday through Friday. I think I've only ever missed like a total of 3 days, 4 days, maybe since the second week of December. That's a lot. I have clocked in 150 plus hours last time I checked of live on TikTok. So my goal is to get to 100. I'm well over that, and so now we're gonna back down. And also, I can just go ahead and start spending the rest of those days in the community and answering more questions, helping you guys build your business a little bit more, and saying things in there that I cannot say on the Facebooks, on the TikToks, on the YouTubes, right? So I'm gonna spend way more time doing that. And who is this? Miss Janice? I got you. I just saw that you jumped in the community. I just got you. But anyway, that's it. Normally I close it out with wins. I think I've been talking for long enough. I'll just reserve the wins for Monday because we wrap it up with a change of music. I blast the music. We party for like 5 minutes as I announce all the wins, and then I end it. But it's 11 o'clock. I'll be respectful of my dogs because they already in bed. Right? They got nobody else to respect. Yeah. Okay. I'm just making sure I got all y'all in the community. Okay, I do. Perfect. We good. So as I end all of my lives, all of my recordings, my notary buddies, remember to be safe out there. Please be safe out there. Yeah. Right. Right. Right, Melissa. That's a lot. Since the second week of December, Monday through Friday, never missing a day. I don't. I anyway. I missed like 4 days because there was a holidays throughout the week, and one day I was so sick I could not open my eyes. But anyway, um, yep, skip right past what Monday, Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, right? Oh my gosh, you keep me laughing. But anyway, no, everybody, y'all always remember to be safe out there. Always remember to be safe. Remember to be kind because you gotta be. We're in a people to people business. We're in a personal business. And also remember that you guys got this because guess what? I believe in you. I will see y'all back here on Monday for our new kicking off of Mondays and Thursdays. So we all have a fantastic weekend. Just go do it. Go do something. Go make something happen. Whether that's business growth or self care, go do it. I'll see y'all Monday. Uh, let's see, YouTube and you next. I know everybody's over on Facebook. We're all